Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back to Chattybee, Season 2. I'm so happy you're here, everyone, and I hope your day's going well. I hope your week's going well. Um, as you all know already, Chattybee, the weekly show, where I'll take one beautiful, humble guest and make them unmask, undress, and unwind. And today, I'm joined by Laurel. Hi, Laurel.
Hello, hello.
Oh,
Hi. Hi, everyone.
I'm so happy to have you here. So,
Oh, I am honored, honestly.
honored. Oh, that must be
Yeah.
the highest compliment I've ever received. Um,
Really? No way.
yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know Laurel, what do you do in your life? Why don't you know Laurel? Laurel
So,
is a streamer as well. They stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/it's Laurel underscore.
hell yeah.
That link will be in the chat throughout the show. They play. Would you say you'd be a bit of a variety streamer? Play a bit of multiple different
Yeah, at
games.
this point, yeah, definitely more of a
I've
variety streamer.
Yeah, I've seen some Minecraft. I've seen some
Yeah. Shooter
some
games
shooter
recently.
games. Yeah, we've been playing Valorant together. You've been teaching me Valorant. That's been pretty pog.
We have, yeah, it's been real fun.
Yes, we have. Yeah. So Laurel hangs out with many of the other people around the Streamer Hub. Is also part of the Grem Gang as well. You'll see my nice new rug that I got made for season 2, and I hope you all like that. Um, as well as just being a generally really lovely person.
Aw.
Funny too. Never failed to bring a smile to my face. You
Aw.
know what else
Too
brings a
nice.
smile to my face, Laurel?
What does?
Money. And
Actually,
speaking of money,
what a segue, guys.
it is, yeah, what a segue. Today's episode would absolutely have not have been possible if it wasn't for the support of one very, very lucrative sponsor. So, everyone, today's sponsor is lesbians. Hell yeah! So, I
A
had a
round of
long,
applause for lesbians.
a long conversation with the CEO of lesbians. And guess what? We have them on the show.
It's
Laurel,
me.
how is it
Hello,
being the
everyone.
CEO of lesbians?
It is an absolute pleasure to be here representing lesbians worldwide. Um, it is a responsibility, you know. With with
Yeah,
with lots of power comes big responsibilities.
exactly.
It's yeah.
Exactly.
I'm
And
very honored to have
pr-
this role, though.
Pride Month, no less, as well.
Hell yeah.
You got to be, yeah. So, Chatty B, in fact, repping the lesbians on Pride Month. Laurel, of course, CEO of
Mm-hmm.
lesbians. And this goes out to all you lesbos out there, lesbians out there. I hope is lesbos okay to say? Did I just slur? I'm so sorry if I did. Uh,
Yeah, it was. I think it is a slur, but you know what? It's all right. It's
okay,
Pride Month.
okay. I
We'll
apologize,
give that one
but
to you. You got a L pass for this time.
L pass just for that one time. Okay, well, I'm very sorry. This goes out to lesbians everywhere. I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you're having a wonderful Pride Month. Um, well, I hope you have a wonderful every month. In fact,
Hell yeah.
um, fun fact, Laurel,
Mm-hmm.
you're my favorite lesbian.
Aw,
You're one of my favorite
that's
people, but also my favorite lesbian.
oh my
And
god,
that's not because I
that
don't
is
know any other
amazing.
lesbians.
I was gonna say, am I the only lesbian you know?
Mm, no, my auntie.
Okay,
My auntie is gay. My first ever gay wedding. My first ever wedding I went to with a same sex couple. Was in
amazing.
fact was a lesbian wedding, and it was incredible. I mean, not even just that. Obviously, weddings are lovely days anyway, but
Mm-hmm.
you could just see. I think it was a relief because this was at the time where it was relatively new in the UK for gay people to be allowed not just civil partnerships but marriage as
Mm-hmm.
well. So it was lovely. Obviously, non-religious. Neither of them are religious people, but yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway, first segment, everyone. You know what it is. It's a classic. It's questions. So Laurel, are you ready for some questions?
I am ready. As ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, start off with an easy one. You're a streamer. When did you start
I
streaming and why did
am.
you start streaming?
I started streaming on the 4th of October, 2021.
Hmm.
Um, which now marks 2.5 years of sort of streaming.
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah.
It's or 1.5 years. Sorry, not two. Not yet. It's gonna be 2 years of streaming.
Mhm.
This October. I started streaming. Oh, this is a really funny story. This is actually my origin story as a streamer.
Excellent.
I used to watch a bunch of what is it called? A bunch of Minecraft YouTubers and streamers
Yeah.
back in the day. And one day, one of these dudes just tweeted out three seemingly meaningless strings of letters, letters and numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
At the time I saw them, I was like, What is this?" I had no idea
Yeah.
what a streaming key was,
Mhm.
the Twitch ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then reading comments and stuff like that, I realized, oh, okay, there are people yoinking these stream keys and streaming from their platform, from their computer, right?
Yeah.
It was like a chase and trying to find the what is it, the channel that was connected to the stream key, because we
Yeah.
didn't have a username or nothing. We just had the
No.
stream key, which doesn't make it really easy for us to look at
Yeah.
which channel was streaming it from. So they identified all the people in the fandom. They identified the three channel
Mhm.
that the people were streaming from, and I started lurking and chatting in those channels, playing games. They were playing like Minecraft parkour maps, stuff like that, in public servers, so I
Yeah.
could join in. Ended up becoming friends with these people.
Yeah.
They invited me to a Discord server,
Mhm.
and we were all like hanging out and playing games. At some point, we decided, why don't we try and hijack these three channels
Mhm.
and try and obtain complete control over all three of them?
Okay.
So, yeah, so you can see where
Curious.
this is going.
Hacker man. Okay.
Yeah, exactly, Hacker Man. So we were like sniping the people that were there and like trying to, as soon as their connection would go down, we would try and like take over the channel and stuff.
Yeah.
We had timetables because we were all in different time zones, right?
Mhm.
We're like,
Mhm.
oh, I'm gonna be able to stream from this time to this time. Then you can take over. Then I can take over. Stuff like that, right?
Oh right. Yeah.
Yeah. We tried to get affiliate on these channels
Yeah.
by doing all the requirements and stuff.
Mhm.
But then the project got shut down because the streamer decided to change the what is it, the stream
The
keys,
key. Yeah. Yeah.
and the whole thing just got shut down. It was a social experiment, pretty much.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
and
wild.
yeah, we I know, it's wild.
So.
Most of these people were already streamers on their own.
Yeah.
But it was my first ever streaming experience.
Mhm.
I was already familiar with OBS because of a recording software, but
Yeah.
I never thought of using it as a streaming software. I was very new to Twitch
Mhm.
at the time.
Right.
And yeah, so I just kind of started lurking,
Yeah.
We had a server together, a Minecraft server. We
Mhm.
were playing on it, and at some point I decided, why not try and stream on it? So
Yeah.
I had a little Kermit profile picture,
Kermit. Yeah. Kermit.
before
We
I
love it.
got before I got this actual new one. I didn't have a layout. Actually, no, that is my first ever stream was without a PNG tuber
All
because I had
right.
not thought of one
Yeah.
yet.
So were you no mic streaming or did you
I
have
was
mic?
I had mic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuz at the
Okay.
time I already had bought, it's this specific mic that I still use nowadays. I've not upgraded it yet.
Mhm.
Cuz I had bought one for the social experiment,
Mhm.
cuz in during the social experiment it was not I did not use a mic
Mhm.
cuz my mic was my laptop mic.
Ah, right.
And
Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, we I bought one, but the experiment got shut down before I could use it, before it got for Amazon from
Yeah.
Amazon.
Mhm.
And I was like, I already have a mic, might as well use it for streaming.
Well, exactly.
If it
Yeah.
doesn't go well, I'll just stop streaming.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Uh,
just it's a fun thing to do at the end of the day.
yeah, exactly.
I'm more interested though. I'm super interested actually in this project you had going on. So with this sharing stream keys, was it just sort of a random couple of streamers, or was it like a big thing? Did it become like a trend for people to like share out stream, put out a stream key out there, and let
I don't
anyone?
think it ever did. I don't think it ever became one because at least not in my fandom spaces.
Hmm.
No one ever replicated anything like that. No one ever decided, oh, well, just do the same thing.
Hmm.
This dude was just bored one day, created these three Twitch accounts with like various random usernames and various random profile pictures.
Hmm.
I think we got him to 10K followers around that time, around that amount
Jeez.
of people. And we had a bunch of we had around, 10, 12, 15 people watching at the time
Hmm.
because this was a pretty big streamer. Actually, it's a streamer that's like live right now, and he has like 5 million followers.
Holy
That's the dude. Yeah,
Jesus. Yeah, that.
it was a pretty big fandom.
Yeah, that is insane. That's
Mm-mm-mm.
insane.
It was really fun though. It was not a lot of people were bothering staying online for
Hmm.
like seemingly random people. So the people that were actually chatting during the streams were all really nice people and all really committed to the bit, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
It sounds like it. And then you decide once that's done with you, I want to keep streaming. You set up
Yeah.
the it's Laurel underscore the username.
Hmm.
What's the origin of that, if you don't mind my asking?
That is okay, okay, okay. I might have to actually come clean about it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, because everyone asks if my name is Laurel. It is not. It is
Okay.
not my real name because it's not an Italian name.
No, it's Jeff, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't mind talking about it because I've tried to like keep it secret, but it's
Hmm.
people like Italian people know what my name is.
Yeah, of course.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, because my name's Laura,
yeah. Hmm.
so
Hmm.
that's my actual name.
Hmm.
But I've never liked how foreign people say it. Because
Right.
in Italian you would say Laura. That's the
Yeah.
proper, like, the Italian way of saying it.
Okay.
And I was like, that's like, it comes from the bay leaf plant. How do you call the bay leaf plant in English? You call it laurel.
Yeah.
And at the time, it looked like a fitting name for me. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I might try going for that.
Hmm.
And then I really, really enjoyed the way like people refer to me using it. Um,
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief, I had completely forgotten about the 2018 Yanni and Laurel meme,
Yeah.
which is
That was actually going to be my next question. Is like,
yeah.
how many times do you keep count of your lost count of how many times people have said, "Is that a Yanni and Laurel reference?"
I do keep count. I think I'm around 20 times now. I have a counter in my chat actually. It's
Holy
a
shit!
exclamation point Yenny. Every time I put it, and then someone comes into chat being like, "Oh, are you hi Yenny?" I'm like, "Oh, well, there it is,"
But
and then I
actually,
count it. Yeah,
it's actually a far more huge brain username because
yeah.
it's a
My
translation.
Yeah, exactly. It's a translation of my actual IRL name. But I
Yeah.
much prefer Laurel. I think as of now, I've gotten refer with Laurel more than with my actual name, at least by
Hmm.
my IRL friends. My internet friends, sorry.
Yeah. Well, actually, weirdly,
Yeah.
on that one, I find myself. Um. Oh, thank you so much for the look, guys. I've actually found myself a couple of times referring to my wife as Ghost in real life. I'm like,
Oh,
Ghost.
I
Oh,
mentioned that.
yeah. It must be. It's one of those things because they will never refer to me as Chutty in person.
Hmm.
But I think that's probably because they're a much more well-rounded human being than I am. Hey, um, they. I think they just kind of have their shit together more than I do. Because I don't know what it is. I think it's because I know we have. So there's certain spaces that I have between like friendship groups where if it's
Hmm.
streamer friends, primarily it's Ghost. That's their name. Um,
Yeah.
but then there's another group of friends. They're also online, but because we've met multiple times and they were at my wedding and things like that, it's
Hmm.
acceptable to refer to them by the real name. Obviously, not gonna disclose what that is. But
Yeah, no, no, no.
speak of the devil, and they'll appear. Hi, wife. That's that is her
Hi.
real name now. It's wife.
Hi, beloved. Hi, ghost.
But yeah, so there's been many times I've caught. I mean, we were in the supermarket and I saw something. I think it was like some sort of chips or like crisps or candy or something like that. That
Hmm.
I was like, oh, look at this. But I was like, hey, ghost, look at this. And I kind of caught myself. I was like, no, 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 not in
Oh
real life,
no.
please, no. Yeah, it's crazy, crazy. But again,
Oh,
that's just
that
yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah, well, it is and it isn't. It kind of feels a little bit weird because I know just at one point I'm gonna say it at the wrong time. Like we're gonna be at a family event or something, and I'm gonna say it, and they're gonna be. I'm just gonna get looked at. They're just gonna be like, "What the fuck? Why?"
I mean, honestly, but like, I guess as far as pet names go, it could be a cute nickname.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know. There's names and names, definitely.
yeah, I feel like that would be
Yeah.
kind of like an edgy, cute nickname because it's a little bit edgy.
Yeah.
Um,
Kinda, yeah. Ghost. Yeah, it is a bit of an edgy
there's
name.
a slight gothic edge to that. Not that there's any issue with that whatsoever. It's just, and also
Yeah.
because the length of time we've been together, it feels weird to refer to them as anything other than. But I just find myself
Yeah.
sometimes slipping. Um,
That's fair. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, just thinking about referring to my internet friends by their real name
mhm,
makes me really weirded out. I'm like, what do you mean your real name is not Chuddy? Like,
yeah,
that's all I've known you as.
yeah,
That has to be your real name. Remember? Okay,
exactly.
no, it's not. Like these people have actual IRL normal names, like fucking Lucas or I don't fucking know.
Jeff.
Jeff.
Like we're not just like I
Yeah.
struggle to believe that some of these people aren't just like cute little animals inside my computer. They're like real people with
Yeah.
real thoughts, real feelings,
Little
emotions,
little
behaviors.
gay people in my phone.
Uh, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say that, but maybe you can, and that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. It's
But
more so, I think it's more so a meme. The fact that someone started out calling their friends little gay people in my phone.
little,
So now, even
all
if you're
right.
not gay, it's just you're honorarily included in the little gay people in my phone.
It's your government assigned little gay person in the phone.
Exactly.
Excellent. Okay, we love that. Okay, because that's super weird as well. You say like you couldn't imagine like referring to people by their real name, but
Hmm.
I mean, I look at the people I know, particularly in like the streamer circle,
Hmm.
um, and I obviously I know most of their names, their actual names, and it is so weird because I caught myself the other day. I think I was talking to Bunnies,
Hmm.
and I nearly said Bunny's real name, and she was like, Why is that weird?" I'm like, "It just is. It just doesn't feel right." And she's like, "But that's my name." I'm like, "Yeah, but it just feels weird for me to say it."
Yeah, I guess in a way I get that too, but also my memory is very bad.
Hmm.
So when people tell me their name, if I don't use it consistently, I'm gonna forget it.
Yeah.
Like no joke, I know Bunny has told me her name quite often.
Hmm.
I do not remember it now off the top of my head because I've
No.
not called her by her name, like her
No.
real name besides Bunny, in months. I don't think ever.
Yeah. Oh, Daku says, "I know Chutty will never call me by my IRL name." I think I have maybe once, but it just
What do you
feels.
mean? Your IRL name is Ndaku. What the hell? I got
Yeah,
bamboozled.
sadly not. No. But that's the other thing. There's another part of it, and this is obviously just I support probably because I'm from the UK. I'm
Mm-hmm.
from the place where we're not bilingual in any way, shape, or form. We're not multilingual generally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'd rather use an in the internet facing name than mispronounce their actual name because even though they may not mind the person in question might not mind
Mm-hmm.
like if I said your name for example that you said it was in the
Mm-hmm.
way I would say it
Yeah.
it would probably kill you.
No, I mean, okay. It would not kill me. I just think it's a bit funny how people say it.
Yeah,
Um,
Okay.
but just because I remember what was it? I remember going to Starbucks the first time I went to the UK. It was in my second year of high school.
Yeah.
And I remember saying my name out loud
Hmm.
and they spelled it as Lora.
Oh, that's just the UK. We're just stupid. We're all stupid.
I was halfway expecting you to say, "Oh, that's just Starbucks misspelling names."
Well, maybe. I would have more expected them to spell it like Lara, like Lara, as in Lara Croft.
Oh, Lara. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be probably more what people would go for. But
Hmm.
obviously, this person maybe just wasn't that bright.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe. I just thought it was really funny.
yeah, it is. It is. It's. I mean, some names some names people misspell.
Hmm.
So my name's Mark. That's my real name. It's really weird, I know,
No
but
way.
yeah. But everyone asks me is that with a K or a C? And I'm like, it's with an M. Like, just,
Kark.
just yeah. But I don't feel
Kark.
like I could go around and say Chutty. Like, Chutty is my name,
No.
Chutty B. But speaking of origin stories, you know the origin story of Chutty B, right?
I do not. No, please tell me.
Mm. Okay, I'm
How
gonna.
have you never told me that?
No. Well, it's kind of been a thing that I've let people figure out because
Mm,
it's not. I'm gonna ruin the magic, but you know what? Season 2, first
do it.
episode, things are going great.
Yeah.
Great guest,
New people joining in. There's
Exactly.
like everyone has to know the Chattybee backstory, the origin story.
So, Chutty B, I formally, to kind of throw people off, give um myself, that is like the shortened name. Ghost is like, don't share that, don't share that. Um, I give myself. I'm not sure whether they mean the origin story of Chutty or what my real name is. Um,
I mean, it's a bit late for your real name,
yeah,
but
I
you
mean
said that
it's
already.
such a generic name. There's many out there, so it's fine.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
so I gave
You can
myself
always.
the
That was right.
long,
There you go. You go.
the longer name for Chutney B was Chutney Beekson the Fourth Esquire. But
Chutney, like the
Chutney,
sauce,
yeah,
like
like
the.
exactly like the sauce, because you
Oh my
get
god.
lost in the sauce, bro.
Okay,
Um,
okay, okay. What kind of chutney are you? Are you a mango chutney? Are you
mango,
a
yeah,
plum?
clearly mango. I'm
Clearly mango
I'm the
chutney.
mango man. I fucking love mango.
Mango man.
I'm the
That's so good. I love it.
I know it's incredible. But actually, Chutty B is short for Chut Beaks,
Okay.
and if you swap the B and the C around, you get butt
Fuck.
cheeks.
No way.
So the origin of Chutty B is butt cheeks. There you go. Magic ruined. I'm so sorry.
I am. That is amazing,
Mm.
though. It's amazing how well it sounds. I have never thought of, swapping the two letters around, figuring out your actual. I've never thought of it.
Yeah. So, and that originated from having to pick a unique character name in a game I used to play. That the game's
Uh
name
huh.
will not be mentioned or ever be mentioned ever again. But
Okay.
a
Kind of
unique character
suspicious.
name, and I was like, it's a Blizzard game.
Oh.
Chuck Beaks. I was like, I want to call a character Butt Cheeks, but of course, Butt Cheeks was taken and or banned. I'm not sure. I can't remember. So I
Yeah.
was like,
Makes
how
sense
about
though.
Chuck Beaks? And it was like, Chuck Beaks is accepted. Great. But now I want another character. And then it kind of became Chutty B. And then people just started calling me Chutty, and it just went from there. And honestly, I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah.
I'm totally
It's
fine
a
with it.
really good name.
Yeah, because this little doofy, believe it or not, I'm not actually an orange lion with purple hair. I know that might be
What?
surprising. Yeah, I know.
Okay, okay, okay. I was down to hang out, even though your name isn't Chattybee, and now you mean to tell me you're not an orange lion with a purple mane.
No, but if
This
it makes
is
it
this is a
better,
bit too much.
I'm still hyper autistic in real
Honestly, I'll take
life.
that. I'll
Yeah,
take that.
yeah.
Sounds about right.
I don't think you'd be settling, so it's fine. But no. So, and then Chucky kind of became the like the personification of my autism and ADHD. But yeah, anyway, there's my origin story.
Amazing.
That's my
That is
superhero origin story.
that is an amazing, honestly, an amazing origin story. That was great. I enjoyed it from the second of it.
Excellent. And it all started with butt cheeks. Everybody has them.
Amazing.
Who needs them?
What about everyone? Everyone needs them, right?
I don't know. What do butt cheeks do? What are they for?
They cushion. Like
For when you're
you wouldn't be
sitting?
able to sit,
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Well, you'd be able to sit. It'd be uncomfortable, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be very uncomfy. I don't know. I feel like I sit way too much. Maybe not having butt cheeks would make me more active. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know, guys. If you could tell us what the origin story, origin story, it's like it's someone created them. No, if you could tell us what butt cheeks are actually for, that'd be amazing. Um,
Yeah.
so as always in Chatty B, I'll always ask my guest to pick a topic of conversation that they love and they adore. So Laurel, would you like to tell me and introduce the topic that you've chosen?
So, because I'm studying languages and linguistics in
Mhm.
university, that's the topic I chose for the this episode of Chattybee. And
Excellent. Thank you so
yeah.
much. Okay, so I enjoy languages. It's
Mhm.
not something I'm sort of I've studied or anything of the sort. I have had studies with languages,
Mhm.
French primarily. Um,
Okay.
but what is interesting to me about languages is that you can have words that sound similar. And I guess this
Mhm.
is because like you've got the whole like a lot of languages came from Latin, you've got Germanic
Yeah.
languages, that sort of thing. But
Mhm.
then you've got languages again. I suppose this is the difference between Latin and Germanic. So like ambulance. What is ambulance in Italian?
Ambulanza.
Right. In
Yeah.
German, do you know what it is?
Krankenwagen.
It's fucking Krankenwagen,
Yeah.
which is absolutely to me that is the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
And that also kind of brings to me like some languages are so musical and some languages are so like even though you can have such like a nice tone and lovely dialect, which I
Mhm.
love hearing other languages. There's some languages that sound really angry, and it tends to be, I think, more Germanic languages, so German, some Scandinavian languages, Danish, for
Yeah.
example.
Mhm.
Um,
Danish is okay. 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 I put a song in Danish, by the way.
that's totally
I just
fine. That's
yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
fine.
You'll hear it. It can be musical at some point.
Hmm.
It's all in the way they sing it.
Yeah, so like when I say musical language, I mean like French. French
Yeah.
is such, even as a spoken language, even Italian as well, as a spoken language, it has a very nice um,
Flow.
rhythm and flow. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cadence to
So
it.
what got you in? What got you into languages? What made you interested enough, particularly to go and study it?
So, I've always loved learning languages. It's always been something that I was really, really good at. Partially because of my fixation on them.
Mhm.
Partially because sometimes people are just good at math. Sometimes people are just good at languages. I'm not
Mhm.
a math person. I am a language person.
No.
Um,
Okay.
I spoke in English since I was 5. My dad was born in the UK
Yeah.
because his parents immigrated there and then he came back to Italy. And
Mhm.
my mom, you know.
Mhm.
So I've started speaking English and watching English cartoons when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Also, English is a mandatory language to learn even in elementary school. So everyone in Italy, in European countries, you start elementary school at 6 years old,
Mhm.
and you learn English up until the day you exit school of any genre, kind, or grade.
Yeah. Ah. Okay.
Um, yeah, yeah.
I think some
So,
English people could probably really benefit from that actually,
well,
because we kind of
having English is a mandatory.
yeah. Well, it is a mandatory language, but I think they could probably benefit because I'll be completely blunt here.
Hmm.
There are many people from all over the world who, frankly, non-English speaking countries that
Hmm.
frankly speak better English than English people. People who are from
When
English
you
speaking countries.
when you say better English, you mean better grammar English?
Yes, and also, did you really just catch me like that? When I'm talking about how bad English people are at English, and you're just like, do you mean this? Get better grammar, bro.
No, 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 no. I meant it in a way. I'm not saying this to you. I'm saying it.
Yeah,
It's like a scientific reason why
yeah,
non-English speakers know grammar better
yeah,
than English speakers. It's because you guys learn the language by speaking it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
precisely.
yeah,
And
yeah. We learn the language on the books. we learn the language by at a level where we already know our language.
Yeah.
So no matter like if you go to a point where you're fluent in language, chances are you have better grammar knowledge than a native speaker. A
Yeah.
native speaker will have more fluency,
Hmm.
more like better pronunciation or whatnot. But grammar wise, you're more likely to have learned it better because you were studying it on the books rather than just, hearing your parents talk
Yeah.
and or copying as like a native speaker learns a language.
Yeah. So, and I think there's maybe also in that there's also a penchant for native English speakers. There's a penchant to use more slang as well.
Yeah, that's also true.
Uh,
Yeah, you're gonna learn if you learn a language, you're gonna learn the correct form of it. You're not gonna learn the dialects, the informal aspects of it. Chances are you're learning a language
yeah.
for the purpose of speaking it in a professional setting. Because
Yeah.
I think that I found out, for example, while learning Japanese, there's a formal and an informal
Hmm.
conjugation of verbs. The one they taught us first was, of course, the formal one, because
Yeah.
that was our primary aspect, learning the language to speak it to our professors and stuff.
Yeah.
So we had to learn the formal versions first, and then we moved on to just conversation with your classmates and stuff like
Hmm.
that. So yeah.
So in your English speaking journey, then,
Hmm.
I imagine, especially having visited the UK, because you said the first time you'd visited, so I imagine you visited multiple, or
Yeah,
how many
I've
times?
gone 2, 3 times to the UK now.
Different parts, or
It's mostly been the south.
yeah.
I've been what is it? My relatives live what is it, down south on the coast. So
Okay.
we've
Yeah.
visited there. I went to London on my own,
Hmm.
parents for the first time ever. In like 20 what is it? 2012, 2013. Around
Yeah.
that time, I was in middle school. So my English was, starting to improve. I
Hmm.
was getting like more conversation done at the time.
Yeah.
And my parents were like, "Oh, this is probably a good moment to like go visit the UK and see how like I was navigating English at the time."
Yeah. So in that, then, the point I was going to make was in particularly in the UK, and
Hmm.
this isn't just specific to England. It's also specific to Wales, to Scotland, to Ireland. Um, if you go sort of even just an hour in any direction, you'll come
Hmm.
across a totally different style of English,
Oh yeah.
and that's insane to me because, for example, and obviously this comes down to colloquialism, so slang.
Hmm.
Um, but then also the spoken dialect as well of I suppose it does all fall under slang. So, if you go to a place like Yorkshire in the north of England, you'll tend to find people who will skip out certain letters. It tends to be they'll more pronounce their G's and
Hmm.
less pronounce their T's, for example.
Hmm.
Um, and then it's the difference between if you say you're going to go and have a bath. I say bath, but if you go down south, they'll say bath.
Yeah.
So, and
Hmm.
then in English, obviously, of course, you've got a lot of different words that they sound the same but are spelled different.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
homonyms and
Yeah, homonyms. Yeah,
homophones.
yes, and um, there's another set, and I can't remember for the life of me what it's called, but it's words. It is the same. I believe it's the same word with the same spelling, but
Hmm.
can be used where without context. Like
That's homonyms.
yeah, okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
homophones is pronounced the same but different spelling.
Hmm. Okay,
Homonyms is the exact same spelling. It may have different pronunciation, it may not, but that's homonyms for you.
yeah. So, what about Ghost has just asked there? Do you have many Italian dialects? Is that a
We
similar
have
story?
so many. Yeah, we have
Mm-hmm.
so many.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The further away you go, the more unintelligible they get.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for me, I don't speak. I don't know my area of dialect. I mean, I know some of it because of high school and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But my what is it? My mom is from up north, and my
Mm-hmm.
dad is from down south. So he was born in the UK, but my dad's family is from the South.
Yeah.
So they don't speak dialect at home because they have two different dialects. So I didn't
Right.
grow up speaking a dialect. The only dialect that I kind of know is from my grandma because she was born here.
Mhm.
So she has a really prominent dialect. But you know, like old people are bound to have heavier dialect
Yeah.
because the education wasn't as good back then, and
Mhm.
most of the time they went to school to learn Italian,
Mhm.
but they didn't speak it at home. They were speaking dialect to their
Right.
grandma, to their yeah. So
Interesting.
in some cases, it can count as a different language. For example, what is it? Someone from Naples,
Mhm.
if they speak their dialect, I'm not gonna be able to understand it.
Would you be able to
Someone
pick out words or?
sometimes, yeah, but
Mhm.
most of the time, no. My dad sometimes speaks in his dialect when he's like making fun of something. I
Yeah.
have to ask him to translate stuff because I'm not gonna. I can't pick it up out of context.
That's
It's
so interesting.
yeah. There's a okay. My dad is okay. The city my dad is from is Bari. Is
Mhm.
in down south. It's in Puglia. It's the heel of the boot. You know.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
That's
Good.
where
Yeah.
my dad's from.
Yeah.
And there's a saying
Mhm.
that's if we have to go, let's go. If we don't have to go, let's not go. It's like you just say it when you don't have anything to say, right?
Mhm.
In
Okay.
Italian, do you want me to say it in Italian, and
It,
then I can tell you
I'd
what it
love.
is in the dialect,
I would love
just
to
to
hear you
hear
say it.
how it sounds. In Italian, you would say se dobbiamo andare, andiamo. So if we have to go, let's go.
Mhm.
Se non dobbiamo andare, non andiamo. If we don't have to go, let's not go. So this is how it sounds in Italian, right?
Yeah.
If you say it in my dad's dialect, it's "Cinjana machine shamani, chinonjana machine, nonjana simshen."
That sounds like a completely different language.
Exactly. That's the way you say it.
But is that
That's
Italian? Like,
it is not Italian. It's the dialect from Bari. That's how it sounds like.
oh, that's so weird. So that's actually like a that's like
That's a
completely
whole
different.
different language. Like different language. Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, so
Yeah.
I use like bath and bath as an example. So
Yeah.
it's still English, it's just a different enunciation of the same words.
Yeah.
But that is wild. So
Yeah.
but it so if you were to because I guess Italian is your that's your natural language, right? No
Yes.
dialect.
Yeah.
Um
Mm-mm-mm.
if you were to go up to if you were to say go to the opposite side of Italy and have a conversation with
Yeah.
someone, would their Italian
hmm
sound different? Obviously, I know you
They
have dialect,
yeah.
but
Yeah. Italian wise, you can hear where someone is from, because a little bit of the dialect is gonna slip into their Italian.
hmm
Even just like cadence, the way they rhythm their words,
hmm
uh, the way they pronounce their vowels, if they're
hmm
more open, if they're more closed. If you're Italian, you're gonna be most likely able to guess where someone is from. So if I hear someone talk just in Italian, not no what is it, no dialect whatsoever,
hmm
I can confidently say, "Oh, this person is from Rome. Oh, this person is from Turin. Oh, this person is from Venice."
yeah,
Or from like Tuscany or something, because they have a different way of saying stuff.
hmm
For example, people in Tuscany, they don't really have an accent because Italian is basically Tuscany language.
yeah,
So in Tuscany is where all our are really uh, what is it doctorated people were from, and all the intelligent like guys, the
hmm
oh, how to say it? It's like all the students and like the teachers were from there.
hmm
So standard Italian is the dialect that Tuscany has, for example.
right. I see.
Everything else kind of has their own dialect, and then when Italy got like united,
hmm
because we were all like a bunch of different states under different uh, kings and stuff like that. When we got united in one country, everyone kept their dialect, but we still had to speak Italian. So Italian got standardized, But
Hmm.
still, there's like people that, especially old people, they don't even know it correctly because they were so used to speaking Italian, speaking their dialect, their
Oh,
specific dialect.
I see. So
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna run a couple of homographs by you.
Yeah.
Um, and I want to know kind of how you would, how obviously I guess it would just be with context, but if I
Hmm.
was,
Yeah.
so the word, for example, the word bow, B-O-W, so like a bow and arrow.
Okay.
Obviously,
Yeah.
it's a homograph with the word bow, so
Yeah.
B-O-W.
Spelled the same. Hmm.
On reading that, is it the same for you as someone who doesn't natively speak English to need to go back for the context to figure out which is bow or whether it's going to be bow or bow in the sentence, or is it something that's at this point natural for you to be able to just tell what that word's going to
It's
mean?
like, for me, at this point of me knowing English, I can confidently say my knowledge is pretty good.
Hmm.
I talk more English than Italian in my day-to-day life, because I'm more active on social media and internet and stuff like that than with my Italian friends and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but I feel like it's definitely it depends. For someone that maybe has started learning English, or doesn't practice English as often as I do,
Hmm.
um, it's definitely like a bit of a double take. It's like, oh, okay, maybe you get it right first time, and you're like continuing with your reading with no issues because you just happened to
Hmm.
picture the right thing at the right time.
Oh, I see.
Um, but yeah, it's definitely because it comes down to if when you read a language is not your native language, do you translate it?
Hmm.
So you have to pause, think of the sentence in Italian, and then understand it. Or do you understand it without having to translate? That's a big thing that teachers tell us, for example, while learning English. It's
Hmm.
like the objective of you speaking English is not you being able to translate, is you being able to come up with sentences without having to think of them in Italian first.
Right, I see. So then it's
Mhm.
obviously, well, it's fluency, isn't it? It's baking it in as
At
another
this point for
language.
me, yeah.
So when you obviously you say speak English more, and I've asked particularly one of my best friends' wives is Norwegian, but
Hmm.
they live in the UK. They're married with children, so English is what they speak primarily now.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw the question to you.
Hmm.
Generally, what language do you think in?
That is a really good question because if I'm talking in Italian, I'm gonna think in Italian. But if
Hmm.
I'm talking in English, I'm gonna think in English. At this point of fluency, uh, which I have in English, it's stuff that I don't have in French and Spanish, for example. Because
Hmm.
I mean, with those languages, I'm still thinking in Italian,
Yeah.
and then try and come up with the way I would say this in French or Spanish or whatever.
Hmm.
But with English at this point, I think in English,
Hmm.
specifically when I'm talking. Most of the time, it when I'm like silent just on my own, it's like a mix of the two languages. It's
Yeah.
predominantly Italian, but some words, if I'm just like thinking to myself, I'm not gonna bother translating if I can't come up with a word. So it's gonna be like a mix and match of both.
Oh, okay. So,
And I have the same thing with a couple of my friends who are also fluent in English. We're
mhm,
all Italian. But if I'm talking in Italian and I don't remember a word in Italian, but I think of it in English, I'm just gonna say it in English because
yeah,
it's I know they're gonna understand.
they'll get it.
I'm not gonna bother translating something that I don't have to.
But will then you go back and get that word in Italian just for your reference, for your memory?
Sometimes I don't. Sometimes
Hmm.
it just goes in the fucking back rooms of my brain, and I have to think harder to remember it next time.
Yeah. Oh Jesus. Yeah. And do you think that's your remembering of maybe less commonly used Italian words is hampered by the fact that you're multilingual?
Probably.
Do you think
It
there's like a
definitely
word
is.
capacity you could hit in your brain, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. I like to think of it that way. Like all my drawers in my brain are like full to the brim with shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I put back a word, I put it back in the wrong place. So I
Y-
can't think of it in Italian or in English, or in just one language of the two.
So okay. So after this show,
Hmm.
you're tired and you think, okay, I'm gonna go to bed, and you have a dream. What language is that dream in?
Oh, I have to think about it. I've not dreamed in like super fucking long. Actually,
Really?
it's a mix of both. It depends. It depends.
Hmm.
Because most of the time I dream about my friends.
Yeah.
I sometimes have dreams of Italian friends,
Hmm.
and we're all speaking English.
That is wild.
I remember one time I fell asleep listening to like a stream or some sort, and it was a
Hmm.
stream in English. And I vividly remember dreaming my friends,
Hmm.
hearing the English voice come out of their mouth as the stream like IRL was playing.
Yeah.
And I remember not realizing that. Like, for me, it made complete sense that they were speaking English for some reason.
That's.
I have no idea.
Do you think it might be? Do you think it might be influenced by the language you've been speaking that day? So if you went, for example, the full day, maybe you weren't playing games or you weren't online or anything like
Mm,
that. You were, at home with the family, spending a day with the family, speaking Italian. You're more likely to dream in Italian. Is that what you think?
that is more, yeah, that's definitely a big factor in it. Yeah. Because you're dreaming about, like, what happened to your day, right?
Hmm.
So the more English I speak, the more likely I guess it's gonna be that I'm gonna dream in English. Because I'm gonna maybe, like, remember some joke that I made or some joke that I listened to.
Hmm.
While in Italian, I'm just gonna dream about, like, my day-to-day life, just hearing Italian all around me.
Okay.
Maybe. I've never thought about it. That's actually a really good question. Holy shit.
Hey, only on Chattybee.
Only on Chattybee, guys.
I told you, you get hit with the wheels, the weed,
Hell
the.
yeah.
Hold on, my English is failing me. The zinger, the wild zingers, let's just call it. Um, I have another question then about
Yes.
languages. So when I'm frustrated,
Hmm.
I'll say, oh, for fuck's sake. What is
Mm.
the word in Italian for that sort of situation? Say you drop something, and you're like shit or fuck or whatever. What would you say in Italian?
Uh, let's see. We have, uh, I guess, like the equivalent of like an imprecation you would do is just cazzo. That's just, that specifically means penis, but
Hmm.
it's more of like a fuck, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. So,
Hmm.
and do you tend to do that in when that happens? Does that depend on the language you're speaking, or is it always one? Or
No, I tend to swear more in English. Yeah, cazzo for sure. Yep,
mm,
Ersk knows it.
yeah.
I tend to swear a lot more in English.
Hmm.
Um, just because I don't have to filter myself in front of my parents, because I'm just
Right.
in a quiet of my room.
Yeah.
When I'm with my parents, I don't swear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I just do the, safer work Italian swear words.
Right. I see. I see.
like shucks, or like fudge, or like variations of the word that start with the same
Jeez.
letter. Geez, exactly. We
Yeah.
do the same thing. So we have cavolo. That's the other one we do. Like, so the safer word that just means cabbage in Italian. But it's got the same start as the
Yeah.
non-safer work one, but
Which.
it's like safe to say around kids.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Yeah,
ask you
yeah.
what the not safe for work one is, but I don't know if you're in a position to say it.
Oh no, it's katsu is the one I said earlier.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's the
Okay.
same one. Yeah. We have one for like hell too. Just
Yeah.
we say devil. That's the one we say. We
Medieval.
say
Yeah.
diavolo. But and
Oh.
then we have the safer word one, which is diamine. It starts with dia at the same thing,
Hmm.
but it gives you just enough time to realize, oh, maybe I should swear and switch to something else.
So is that like the difference between saying heck or hell?
Yes,
Right.
that's the
Okay.
same thing. Yeah.
I see. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So.
While hell would be translated as diavolo,
Mhm.
in Italian, heck would be said as diamina, which is the same concept. You get like
Mhm.
a little bit of the beginning of the word, and you just put something that doesn't mean anything next to it, just
Yeah.
for the sake of saying something.
Yeah. So you can still express that same frustration, but in a much.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Um.
Exactly.
before I do want to go into some other languages other than English and Italian, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
before I
sure.
do that, I have a couple of little challenges, language challenges for you.
I am so down. Go for it.
These may not be challenges for you because you
No,
are
it's fine. It's fine. No, no, no.
5G infused gigabrain, but
Oh man, I got so many vaccines. You have no idea.
excellent. Um, okay, I'm gonna throw some English words. These are proper English words
Okay.
that may have over time have fallen into more of the slang category, but I'd love to
Okay.
hear what you think they mean. Some of them you may know, some of
Ama-
them you wouldn't.
okay, go for
And
it.
if you need, I can use them in a sentence. So
Yes, I would. Okay, thank you.
the first word is kerfuffle.
Fuffle.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've heard it somewhere. Isn't does it just mean like chaos? Like something like a oh wait. Can I get a sentence please?
Yes. Why are you making such a kerfuffle?
Like a tantrum.
Kind of, yeah. So kerfuffle generally refers to someone who's making a fuss or
A
they're
fuss.
overly bothered by something. Maybe it's
Oh.
something that's really minor and easy to solve,
Yeah.
but they're making a deal out of it, you know? So you're like, it's just, you're making
Oh.
a kerfuffle for no reason, you know?
Okay. That
Uh,
makes sense.
Yeah. So here's another one.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
I'm sure you'll have heard of this one. A whippersnapper.
I have not. Say that again?
Whippersnapper. Thank you so much for the
Oh
follow,
my
Alexander.
god. Hmm. Can I get a sentence?
Yeah. I don't like babysitting my friend's little brother because he's a real whippersnapper.
Like a bother? Like something that uh I have no idea.
So, a
You have
whippersnapper.
me so lost.
That's okay. It's all fun. So a whippersnapper is often what we call someone who is generally a child or a young person who is
Mm-hmm.
very maybe overconfident. They're a bit cheeky. I don't know if cheeky is something, but
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'd say they're a whippersnapper because they're kind of just a bit cocky, you know. But they're a kid.
Oh,
So
okay. They're
yeah,
overconfident. They're a little
yeah,
kid.
yeah. So you're like,
Oh,
you just look at this little whippersnapper. Like,
amazing.
yeah,
That is
exactly.
a really good one. I love it.
Okay, next word, gobbledygook.
What?
Gobbledygook.
Nah, you have to be making up with them now.
Mm-mm. Nope, gobbledygook is an English word. All of these, by the way, primarily come from either sort of 18th century, earlier century English, but
Oh,
they are still used today by a lot of
okay.
people. They're not maybe not sort of super widely used, but pretty much anyone in England would know
Okay.
what you mean if you were to say this.
Oh,
So
got it, got it.
gobbledygook or gobbledygook. They're both
Can I
the
get it in a
same.
sentence?
Yeah. This director was talking a load of gobbledygook in the meeting.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's gibberish. It's
Yeah.
rubbish.
Oh,
It
okay.
it comes from basically the noise that turkeys make. So obviously, people say turkeys is gobble gobble gobble.
That is that is amazing. That makes so much sense now. I
But
love that.
on the flip side, it might also
hmm
come from, and this is something I'm guilty of in my career. Um, there's a phrase I use, and it's if you can't dazzle someone with diamonds, you baffle them with bullshit. So
That
basically,
is a great sentence. I love that
yeah.
actually. I might start using it.
So it's maybe using overusing long words and a lot of techno speak to somebody who doesn't
Yeah.
isn't very technological, or
Yeah, big boy
basically,
words.
yeah, in an attempt to sound smarter than you are, or in an attempt to make it sound like you know more about what you know more than you're letting on about a certain subject. So you'll say
Okay, okay.
not only can it be just a load of rubbish, it could also be, a load of technical nonsense
Yeah,
that
okay,
people don't
okay.
understand, and we call that gobbledygook. It's similar to
Oh,
when
that's
you say
amazing.
someone was talking gibberish. You may have heard of
Gibberish.
gibberish.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, heard of that.
Hmm.
That is amazing. I might start saying that.
Okay, next
Okay,
word, poppycock.
okay. Say that again?
poppycock.
Oh, what the heck? What is
Mm.
this? Can you use it in a sentence?
What a load of poppycock.
Is it bullshit again? Like, what a lot of bullshit?
Yeah, specifically though,
Like lies?
lies. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically if someone's talking, maybe the chat and shit, and you know that what they're saying is rubbish. It's garbage.
Oh.
It's a lie. You'd say it's
Okay, okay.
poppycock. And interesting fact, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation, so I'm sorry. Poppycock actually comes from the Dutch word poppycock,
Uh-huh.
because it's made from the word pop, which is soft, and cock, which is poop.
Oh,
So like
okay.
rubbish. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay.
I love
Flummox
loan
is the
words.
next word.
Say that again?
Flummox.
Flummox. Ooh, those are difficult ones.
Yeah,
Can I
they
get it in a
are.
sentence?
Yeah, of course you can. I am flummoxed by this puzzle.
Perplexed?
Yeah, it's a similar word to that. It basically just means you're discombobulated. That's also another word.
Confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really...
So yeah, discombobulated would be the next word. Discombobulate.
Oh,
Basically, without direction, slightly confused. Um,
yeah.
it
Mm-hmm.
it's sort of, and these words actually, funnily enough, all work together. So someone who's talking poppycock or they're talking gobbledygook might be
Uh-huh.
trying to discombobulate someone.
Yeah.
These are words you'll probably never hear it in a sentence. Maybe in the UK you'll probably hear older people maybe use these words. Okay, next one you may have heard, lollygag.
Lollygag. I think I heard that one. Can I still get a sentence?
Of course you can. Um, I almost lost my job because I keep lollygagging.
Is it gossiping?
No, it's not.
It's not gossiping. Is it... Oh, man. Talking
Yeah.
shit?
Yeah, well, kind of. It's more. It's being kind of idle, being lazy, or wasting time. You're lollygagging. You're loitering.
Oh, you're like procrastinating on stuff.
Yeah. So at
Uh,
work, it might be you've been given a task and you're taking far too long on it. You're lollygagging.
oh, okay. You're just doing like, uh, you're not doing enough work.
Yeah.
You're like being lazy.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I've got two more words, and then if you'd
okay.
like, I can throw some phrases at you, and we'll see what you think the
Yes,
phrases mean.
please. I
Oh,
would love that.
okay. So the next word is hodgepodge.
Hodgepodge.
Yeah, it sounds like two words, but it is only one word.
I'm gonna have to get a sentence.
Wow, this movie is absolutely terrible. It's just a hodgepodge of bad acting and weird dialogue.
Like a what is it? A mix of something that's like thrown
Mhm.
together haphazardly.
Yeah, so it's basically just a jumble or a confusing mess.
Jumble. Yeah, yeah.
So you said, and it
Okay.
actually comes from
Hodgepodge. That's
hosh.
amazing.
Is it hosh por something like that? It's basically HOCHEPOT. Hoche por.
Okay.
It's a French word which is that is a traditional stew that mixes together a bunch of different ingredients, meat and vegetables that shouldn't normally go together.
Oh.
That's where the word comes from. And
Okay, okay. Makes sense.
the final word,
Mm-hmm.
fuddy duddy.
What? What? Sorry?
Fuddy duddy.
Uddy duddy.
Yeah.
That's oh no. I'm gonna need a sentence there, chief.
Stop being such a fuddy duddy. This is what's popular now, so I'm going to wear it.
Uh, like an edgy person,
No.
like a gatekeeper.
Kind of the opposite.
Oh.
Somewhat. So a fuddy
Uh.
duddy is someone who's very kind of traditional, old fashioned, but they push
Oh.
it, so they're kind of like, you know,
Oh. Okay.
that
Trying to make everything uniform.
yeah, you can't wear that dress; it's too revealing. because maybe this is like an older person who's very sort of old-fashioned and
Conservative.
conservative,
Yeah.
yeah. But so much so to the point they would like they're happily kind of ruining it or force an opinion on someone else. We'd call them a fuddy-duddy.
Oh.
You may not hear that
Okay.
one as often,
Mhm.
but yeah, a fuddy-duddy.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I'm helping you learn some
Hell
weird shit
yeah.
that you'll probably forget about because I have.
What do you mean? I no, never mind. I actually
Okay,
forgot about them. I'm so
bonus
sorry.
bonus word,
Yes.
flabbergasted.
Oh, that I know. It's like surprised. Really like very very surprised.
Yeah,
I'm flabbergasted.
yeah. Or we'll say
Yeah, yeah.
gobsmacked.
Gobsmacked. I've heard of
Gobsmacked.
that one.
Yeah, because
That's wild though.
in slang English, a gob is a mouth.
What is a
So it's
gob?
a gob. It's a mouth.
Oh, okay.
So gobsmacked, you've been kind of like you've been smacked in the mouth with surprise, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any
Pretty
weird
cool.
words in Italian then that kind of fall into these, maybe the kind of old?
Ooh. I'm actually not sure. Cause I have let's see. Cause both Alexandra and Eriska are Italian.
Yeah.
If they also have like Italian words that they think can fit that description,
Hmm.
um I will what is it, accept suggestions because I can't think of anything at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see, words are a bit complicated, but like I might have to have like a Google search on that one. I'm
That's
not too
okay.
sure if I can think of anything now.
That's okay. Well, in the meantime,
Yeah.
how about before we jump into some English phrases, we go through, I know Ghost put there, any phrases in Italian that can be translated? Maybe not words, but like sayings that you might have. Um, I'm kind of thinking,
Let's see.
so maybe it's like a metaphor kind of thing.
We have a lot of sayings
Hmm.
that I butcher every time I try and translate them. Like
Hmm.
that one southern one that I told you earlier. The
Yeah.
little yeah, yeah. What is it that I said the other day? Uh
Uh,
you've made your bed, now lie in it.
oh yes. Oh, you said something else. It was
Yeah.
you've made your food, now eat it or something.
I
Was
don't
it?
remember. Yeah, it was something like
Yeah.
that.
But
But
I
it
mean, it
was
kind of has the same
you
meaning.
dug your grave, now lie in it. That's what
Yeah,
I said.
you've dug your grave. Yeah.
Because in Italian, um, you dig your grave when you're doing stuff that's not gonna make it work out for you in the
Hmm.
future.
Yeah.
Like you're doing really bad decisions now. You're making really bad decisions now. Oh, you've dug your grave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, you've made this decision. Maybe you haven't thought
yeah,
about the consequences, but you've dug
exactly.
your grave. So now, yeah. And we'd
Yeah.
say
Now
obviously
lie
you've,
in it.
yeah, yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah. Like accept it, take it.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's one we have that I mixed both the English and the Italian one.
Is there any that you use often?
Let's see. There's one that doesn't really have a translation in English. If you don't have head, you're gonna have to have legs. Do you
Um,
wanna guess when you use it?
if you don't have a head, you're gonna have to have legs. Is that like if you're not capable of doing something, you're gonna have to do this something else, maybe?
Close. If you forget a lot of stuff, you're gonna
Hmm.
have to go back and get it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. That
that's
that
what
makes a lot more
my
sense.
that's what my dad used to tell me whenever I would just say, "Oh, I forgot this." He was like, "Oh, if you don't have head, you're gonna have to get legs." Because now I would have to like get out of the car and go back and get it, and then go back in the car.
How does that sound like in Italian?
Chi non ha testa ha gambe. It's whom doesn't have head has legs.
Ah, that's awesome. That's so interesting.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
So, okay, let me slap you with an English phrase then.
Okay, okay.
Um, okay. Uh, it takes two to tango.
It's ooh, I think I've heard it, but I actually do not know what it means. Is it let's see. It takes two to tango. Uh like you have to coordinate with people to get shit done?
No. Would you like another? I
Okay.
can also use it in a sentence if you want.
Oh, yes, please. Yes.
Um, I don't see why I'm getting all the blame for this. It takes two to tango.
Oh, okay. Uh, if the both of us do something, the both of us have to pay the consequences for it.
Yeah, it's sort of. I'm trying to think. So a situation. Let's say uh, a person in a relationship has had an affair. Okay.
Oh, yes, I think I've heard it in relationships actually.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's all their fault. Stuff is not working out. No, no, no. It takes two to tango.
Yeah, exactly. But also on the
Okay.
flip side, the person who had the affair and the person they're having an affair with, the person they're having an affair with who may be aware that this person might be married or something.
Oh,
So it's like if
they're also responsible for it.
yes, it's like it's if
Oh,
one person's getting a disproportionate amount of blame than the other person for something, it takes two
okay.
to tango.
Oh, all right. That
Okay.
is really useful, actually. Yeah, I might
Yeah.
have to incorporate in that in my lexicon.
Okay. Well, how about this? We'll cross that bridge.
Say that again.
We'll cross that bridge.
Oh, you're cutting out.
We will cross that bridge.
Is it? I think I've heard the full one. Is it? We'll cross a bridge when it comes to it.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
you might
yeah.
hear a lot of people say, we'll cross that when it comes to it,
Mm-hmm.
or we'll cross that another day. But
Yeah,
often
yeah,
people will just say, "Oh well, we'll cross that bridge," because it,
yeah.
it
It's like
just
we're gonna think about that when it happens. Like,
yeah
let's not think about it prematurely.
yeah. Do you have any
Yeah.
other Italian ones?
We have the same one that you just said, but it's a different context. It's like, let's not worry about that until presented with a thing. It's do not wrap your head before breaking it.
Do not wrap your head before breaking it. And how does that sound in Italian?
Non fasciarti la testa prima di romperla.
Italian is such a musical language. I'm sorry. I love hearing you speak Italian.
Aw,
It's
I'm very
so
happy.
nice. It's so nice. It just sounds so
Oh,
nice.
oh, thank you.
Okay.
That's really nice of you.
Okay. So if I was to say to you,
Mm-hmm.
take it with a pinch of salt.
Uh, don't fully trust my words.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, you're pretty much
Yeah.
there. It's basically don't take it too seriously since it could be
Mm-hmm.
untrue or inaccurate.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So if I
Yeah,
was to say to
we
you,
also have the same thing.
how does that sound?
That's don't take my words for molten gold.
Don't take my words for molten gold.
Uh,
And how does that sound in Italian? I'm just getting you. Speak Italian
no,
for me, my Italian.
no worries. We say don't take that for molten gold. Non prenderlo per oro colato.
Yeah. So you could say
Yeah.
that. I mean, for us, you could say, for example, if I was talking about you, I could say, "Oh, take everything Laurel says with a pinch of salt," because
Yeah, it's like don't
maybe,
take this seriously.
yeah, maybe you over exaggerate things or
Exactly.
make things up. Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
Actually, the one that we use is more for if you're unsure of a fact you're saying.
Mhm.
Like, I'm pretty sure this is true, but don't take this for molten gold.
See,
That's the context you would use a sentence for. So maybe they're not exactly the same for it,
yeah.
but pretty similar.
To be fair, we will also use that self-admittedly in that context as well. So I could say to you,
Mm,
don't take this with a pinch of salt, but I think you need to have a passport to
okay.
fly here, for example.
Okay.
Um, so kind of, check it, fact check it. It
Yeah,
might
yeah,
might not be
yeah.
right. Uh,
Exactly. You gotta like. I don't want to have the responsibility if you don't fact check it and then it turns out it's wrong.
yeah. So if,
It's a disclaimer. I'm telling you, you also have to double check this.
yeah, exactly. So how about uh,
Mm-hmm.
born with a silver spoon in your mouth?
That's if you were born very lucky.
Yeah, so born
Yeah.
rich, born privileged, but you don't necessarily deserve that privilege.
Yeah.
They were born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Or
Oh, okay, okay.
I've seen people say born with a silver spoon in their ass as well.
Well, that's when they don't deserve it.
Yeah, that's when they really don't deserve it.
Yeah, yeah. We have the same one. Actually, I'm just translating the ones you. We don't say a silver spoon. You're born with a shirt.
You're
That's the one
born
we
with a
say.
shirt.
Yeah, instead of being born with a silver spoon, you're born with a shirt on.
Born with a shirt on, and
Yeah, I just imagine like a little baby boy, a little baby girl, born, and when they come out of the mum, they just have like this bloody button-up shirt on.
yeah. Ooh.
That's my mem.
And Ersk says we also have you are born with your ass in butter.
I've never heard of that one.
No, I would
Not the
love.
what the fuck? I have never heard of that one. Wait, actually, I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, go for it. So
That's really
how does
cool.
the born with a shirt on sound in Italian?
Nato con la camicia. Camicia is shirt.
Oh. Um. Okay. Maybe regional. Ersk believes. Um. Okay.
Oh, wait, Eris, are you from up north?
It's just like the
Yeah,
dialect
that's
thing.
what I googled. That's the exact thing I googled. I am now worried. Ersk and I might be from the same area, but
Mm,
I'll have to double check.
close to Milan.
Close to Milan? Yeah, I could be close. 'Cause I'm also close to Milan, so it may be a Milan thing.
Maybe, maybe.
Maybe.
So, how about then? I'm just trying to find one that might not be that might be more complicated.
Mhm.
Um, walking on eggshells.
Ooh, that's when you have to be really careful about someone.
Yeah, because
Like,
maybe they're
the way
really
you talk to them.
they're really easily offended or upset. You have to walk on
Yeah.
eggshells around them.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. We have that, but walk with crystals, like on crystal glass around them.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it in Italian. I just know the concept of it. On crystal? What is it? Uh, yeah, something around that.
Hmm, interesting.
It's
Um,
just be careful about someone, like the way you talk around them, because they're gonna get.
so how about then maybe for the last one,
Mm-hmm.
by the skin of my teeth.
Ooh, I have never heard of that one. Can I get it in a sentence?
Yeah, I just finished that project by the skin of my teeth.
I finished that project like by an inch, like a very very close to the deadline.
Yes, yeah, you barely
Okay.
managed to do something. And this one,
Yeah.
weirdly, comes from the King James Bible.
Really?
Yes, and the phrase it comes from, or the line it comes from, is "My bone cleaveth to my skin and to my flesh, and I am escaped with the skin of my teeth." So you've just gotten
Oh
out.
my
You've
god.
just managed to get away with it.
Okay.
So you've done
Oh, okay,
something by
okay.
the skin
Makes
of your teeth.
sense.
Yeah.
So in Italian, you escape by a hair. That's the one we say.
Yeah. By like a fraction of a
Yeah,
hair or
by a hair.
something we
Yeah,
normally say.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we kind of have something similar, I guess, as well. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's a lot of English and Italian. So let's go about
Yeah.
some other languages. What
Let's go.
language? Okay, so what is your favorite language, Laurel, that
Ooh.
you've learned or maybe are learning or maybe would love to learn?
Let's see. Okay, okay, okay. I've not learned it. I
Hmm.
would love to learn Finnish.
Finnish.
It
Okay.
is such an interesting language. It doesn't have any connection to Scandinavian languages.
Hmm.
It doesn't have any connection to German languages. It doesn't have any connection to Romance languages.
Yeah,
It is on its own, just doing its thing,
just its
living
own
its
thing.
life. Yeah, exactly. Just not a care in the world. Just sounding amazingly. Sounds so fucking cool.
Hmm.
I would love to learn it, but it's so difficult. Like I'm no. It's gonna one day I'll be able to just insert a chip into my brain and download a package of Finnish language. That'll be the day I speak Finnish.
Yeah, that's some Elon Musk thing, I think. He's working
Yeah.
on something like that where you can like immediately Google everything and your brain
Ooh.
just downloads shit from the internet.
He would be cool, but I don't know if I would trust Elon Musk with
No,
that.
you don't trust Elon Musk. Like, no,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Especially since like Apple's gonna have their own version of it. Then
Ah, never
Microsoft will make
mind.
a version. I mean, Apple's
Yeah.
version of it will obviously be way more expensive and do probably just
Oh,
as.
for sure. Gonna
Uh,
be like 3 million for like one part of it, and
what
then
will
you're
it
gonna
be
have to pay
called?
more.
Like the Apple iBrain or
The
I?
eye brain.
Yeah.
The eye brain sounds really fun, actually.
Mm.
I feel like it would be a good thing for the marketing team to name it that. It would
Yeah.
be really good.
So in your studies then,
Yes.
um, obviously you study in both language and linguistics.
Yes.
What language? What was the first language you learned in your studies beyond English and Italian?
It was the first language was French. I studied French in so when I was 11, 12, I
Hmm.
started learning French, and I learned it for 8 years. I have not retained a single,
No, I think I can
fortunately.
say some very basic things in French
Oh,
still.
let me hear. Let me hear.
Parlez-vous français?
Oh, that's yeah,
Je suis
yeah.
désolé, je ne comprends pas.
Oh, like stuff that's gonna be really useful. Then that's good that you
Yeah,
still remember it.
phrases like une
Because if yeah,
portion de frites, s'il vous plaît.
yeah, yeah. If you go in for, I think the first thing you should learn when learning a language is know how to say thank you. I'm sorry. I don't speak language.
Yeah.
Those are like the basic things. The stuff that will help you get around if someone just stops you on the street, starts talking to you in rapid fire, whatever language that is.
So here's a phrase for you in Swedish then.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
min, it's min svävar är full
Mm-hmm.
med ål. Min svävar är
Verve
full med ål.
is my something something is full. Oh, I don't know.
Med ål,
I'm
yeah.
learning Danish, not Swedish.
So min svävar är full med ål is my hovercraft is full of eels.
My hovercraft. How was I meant to know hovercraft?
My hovercraft is
Amazing.
and
Full
that
of
was
eels.
the origin story of that is it came from a guide on useful Swedish phrases. And
I remember.
yes.
I actually know the meme. I can't believe I didn't think about it.
Mm.
That's
And
so good.
it's
I
a
love it.
reference to Monty Python.
Oh my
British
god.
comedians, yeah. Um
Yeah.
I did how many days? I think I did like 6 months of Swedish on Duolingo,
Amazing.
and then they
What do you
kept
remember of
hassling
it?
me to pay a fair amount actually, to be honest with you.
Amazing. How do you say the girl eats the apple?
The girl.
Right, the boy, the boy. Say the boy. The boy eats
Uh,
the apple.
the boy, eating, is it Applen? Applen? I'm gonna say
I don't know.
Applen, but it may be, uh, I know like, oh fuck, what can I, did I learn the boy? I definitely learned like mom, dad, boy, sister, brother, girl.
Yeah. Because
Um,
I think the course is the same as the one in Danish.
yeah.
And we've been learning boy, girl, man, woman.
Hmm.
Some fruit, some vegetables. The cat, the dog, the horse, the
Uh,
mouse, the turtle, and whatever stuff like that.
uh,
You know,
and
some animals.
and pojke äter ett äpplen, I think.
Oike. Oh, that's so good.
Pojke
I
is
I
boy.
remember I remember studying Swedish, and it was poike. That's so cute.
Yeah, and jag äter spindeln och dricker vatten, which is
Say that again.
jag äter spindeln och dricker vatten.
What does that mean?
I eat spiders and drink water.
Amazing. Wait, how is spider in
Spindeln.
Swedish?
Spindeln.
That's So good.
Yeah.
It's what is it in Danish? Edderkop, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so different. Like, cause I thought Danish and Swedish were exactly the same,
Yeah, it's wild,
but
right?
they're not. They're not. Yeah.
Um,
I think is boy is drenge. That's how to say boy. It's not poike. Poike.
pojke.
Poike.
And then girl in Swedish is flicka.
Flicka.
Yeah, so
It's
flickor
p.
ett apple. No, ett apple. En flicka. No, N is, I think N is, so N is, I think, gendered, and et is non-gendered. So
Yeah,
et
because
apple
they
is
have
an
they have
apple.
grammatical genders. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think 95% of the time
Mhm.
n, but there's some words like able that is et, it able, it bun. I think for the child is
Yeah.
also ungendered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have things like, so other useful phrases are förlåt or ursäkta mig, which is excuse me.
Inskult.
Varsågod. Varsågod is you're welcome, I think.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I don't remember how to say you're
uh,
welcome in Danish. Oops.
Tala du engelska is do you speak English?
Oh, talar du engelska? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. See for
Jag
me,
talar inte, jag talar inte svenska. I don't speak Swedish, yeah. I still remember that one. That's the one I remember.
inte engelsk, svenska, yeah. Or
Yeah.
you'll say snälla for please, so
Oh, okay, okay.
snälla. And then you got hey for hello or hey da for goodbye.
Oh, yeah, I remember them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh God,
I think it's hey and hey hey for goodbye
hey hey,
in Danish.
hey
Hey
hey.
hey.
I
It's
say
like bye bye.
I say that as hello.
This
I'm
is
like hi hi or hey hey.
hey 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 hey.
God bless that Dua Lipa owl. Yeah, but
Oh
also
God.
they threatened to murder my whole family if I didn't do my Swedish lesson.
Speaking of them, I just realized before midnight I'm gonna have to do the lesson, but it's fine. We got hours left.
Live lesson, live lesson.
Live lesson. I don't
Li-
think my mic's gonna pick it up.
No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. So, you're learning. Do you say Danish currently?
Yes.
Do you, from the language courses you've done, do you remember them fluently, or is it because you don't really speak them often enough to?
Yeah. No, no, no.
So, what's involved in the study of language and linguistics, and so what sort of like, um, if you have to do an exam, for example, what does an exam look
Mm.
like?
So, for my university, I studied English
Mm,
as the specific curriculum that I have.
mm,
Um, what is it? Was language and linguistics,
mm.
specifically Oriental.
Ah,
Um, so I have linguistics laureate here. Hell yeah,
hell
too.
yeah,
In like 5 months.
nice.
In like 5 months. So what I would study would be English language and
Mm-hmm.
Japanese language, but also English linguistics and Japanese. Sorry, English.
Literature.
Mm, we would we had what is it? 3 years of It was, yeah, it was a mandatory course for all three. It was the
Mm-hmm.
two main subjects.
Mm-hmm.
I would have for Japanese language, we would just study the actual language, like what I'm doing on Duolingo.
Mm-hmm.
For English language, we already all speak English,
Mm-hmm.
so we would talk about the linguistics aspect of it. We would do grammatics, we would do syntax, do semantics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So have a look at the inside of the language, not from like a learning perspective, but like from a grammar perspective of it.
Oh, so like
We would
deconstructing
yeah,
it,
yeah,
kind of.
exactly, deconstructing it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like look at
Mm-hmm.
it like a puzzle and try to figure out constants of it, and
Mm-hmm.
like how grammar, what kind of stuff is recurrent, and see how words originated.
Mm-hmm.
It's the kind of thing we would get in the
Oh, your microphone is cutting out just a little bit there, Laurel.
oh, I need to speak closer to my mic. My bad.
No problem.
Um But yeah, that's kind of what an example would look like. We would
Hmm.
for example, get like a sentence and do the semantic tree of it. So figure out kind of the components, grammar components, uh, morphological aspects of it, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of thing an English exam would have. And same thing for the linguistics aspect of Italian, because another subject would be Italian linguistics. Of course, we don't learn Italian because we already spoke it,
Yeah.
so it would just be linguistics aspect of it.
Hmm.
The first year we did specific work on Italian and how it works, grammar and aspect of it. The
Yeah.
second year, for example, we did more a course on how people learn it
Yeah.
and the difference between learning it as a native speaker or learning it as a second, which is what I'm doing my final year thesis on. So that's
Oh.
something that I'm working on currently at the moment. Yeah.
So from the language perspective, then for Japanese, you're up to, I guess you're learning to speak Japanese. What about kanji? Is that something you've learned to read,
Yes.
write?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When I started out, university in October,
Yeah.
that's what we do. We the first year Japanese students had to sign up a month earlier
Yeah.
than that, and we would start on the first of September.
Hmm.
We would do a month of full on preparation for the course,
Hmm.
just learning how to write the two phonetic alphabets that Japanese has. Because Japanese has three alphabets.
Yeah.
It has two phonetic ones and then the kanji one, the ideogram one.
Hmm.
Um, the kanji one is the complicated one, complicated symbols, and there's no really there is a phonetic aspect of it, like to it, but it's not really prevalent. It's more so just remembering the thing and knowing it so you can know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
But the other two alphabets are strictly what is it? Phonetic. They don't serve any meaning. Um, all the different symbols have a specific sound that they correspond to. You use it for grammar parts. You use it like to conjugate the verbs, present, past, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Uh, Mostly for grammatical stuff.
Yeah.
And then the kanji is like the actual. So, for example, the verb for sleeping, which is
Hmm.
neru, I think.
Yeah.
You would have ne, which is the actual verb for sleeping,
Yeah.
and then ru would be the conjugation that tells you, oh, this verb is it's in infinite form, which would be to sleep, for example, in English.
Yeah.
So you would have the little kanji that means, oh, that's ne for sleeping. And then the little ru that tells you, it's like written in katakana, in hiragana, which is the phonetic alphabet. Um,
Right.
it unfortunately kanji is essential in Japanese
Yeah.
because there's so many homophones. There's
Hmm.
like 5,000 different verbs with the pronunciation ne, and
Jesus. Yeah.
you have to have the kanji to recognize it. So when conjugating the verb, for example, like I want to sleep would become netai. The ne is the same one. You keep the same kanji, the same sleeping one, but ru
Hmm.
instead of becoming to sleep
Yeah.
becomes the it tells you, oh, this is the want to go to sleep. So
Yeah.
netai is I want to go to sleep. It's a bit difficult for like English translation, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of how the way grammar works in Japanese.
Hey, Burr. How
Hi,
you doing?
Burr.
Um. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I've heard from a lot of people and also a lot of content I've watched on YouTube that Japanese is an immensely difficult theoretical language to
Mm-hmm.
learn
Yeah.
because there's just so many moving parts, so many things that appear the same but are used in different ways. Even
Mm-hmm.
the way you might say something like kawaii or kawaii, I think is I don't know. Isn't it sort of cute but then also scared or
There
something?
is. If you say kawaii, that's cute. If you say kawaii, that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and
Mm-hmm.
then obviously if you're not obviously studying Japanese and maybe you're learning, you might those things can be kind of easily mistaken, I guess.
Yeah. 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 It's definitely what is it? Something that you have to be careful when learning a language from.
Yeah.
Sources. that's not like a course or like actual textbooks and stuff.
Mhm.
Like for example, Duolingo too,
Mhm.
not really a reliable. Good if you're learning it and you want to practice. That's really really good because
Yeah.
the game aspect of it makes you do the constant practice, which is necessary for learning a language.
Yeah.
But on its own, it's not good at explaining grammar.
Mhm.
Like even take my example, me learning Danish. Every like day, 2 days, I'm going to like a friend chat like who's Danish, and I'm asking him questions about Danish. And be like, oh wait, why do I do this if I want to say this? Like, how
Mhm.
do I say this, and that? Because Duolingo is not a reliable source.
No, no. But
Yeah.
that's so obviously you said you were good at languages and that's kind it was like a natural talent for
Mm.
you. Um, is that kind of what drove you to study it, or was there an interest? And if so, how did that interest grow?
I think definitely being good at something for me was a very big incentive in
Mhm.
learning it. I was like, this doesn't take me as much effort to learn,
Yeah.
which means that I can learn it more easily. And I think I just kind of developed an interest in it over the time over the years because I was like, oh, like doing this, I realize
Mhm.
uh, how many more friends I can make, how uh, many more books I can read, how much more knowledge I can obtain with different languages.
Mhm.
It's yeah,
Yeah, okay.
that's definitely a big part of it that played into developing a big interest.
Yeah. So our dear friend Burr has spent some chip bucks and wants to
Ooh, I
ask,
saw that.
Laurel, have you thought about teaching professionally, specifically languages?
I have thought about it very extensively. Yes. You do need a master's degree in
Mhm.
Italy to teach.
Mhm.
I am currently at the end of my bachelor degree, which means I would have to study for 2 years more to being able to teach.
Yeah.
Um, when I was thinking of moving to Canada
Mhm.
uh, a couple months back, I actually looked into it because I was thinking Canada has apparently a big area of Italian speakers,
Mhm.
and I was thinking I could go and teach Italian.
Yeah.
Then it just kind of never happened, and I have now found a job that doesn't force me to do 2 more years of studying to be employed. So at the end of my bachelor degree, I will be starting to work, in another business.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
And I definitely get what you mean. I mean, I work in technology, specifically computing.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
and I do have, I've always had kind of an innate ability to look at something or look at maybe some software or something within a computer that I've not seen before and be able to kind of quickly figure it out or figure out how it's put together, how it
Mhm.
works, to be able to fix it.
Yeah.
Um, but it's also just something, as I say, not only something I'm good at, but it's something I really enjoy as well. And even though I've made a job of it, it doesn't always feel like a job, even if I'm sort of
Yeah.
working real hard on projects and things. And I guess that would probably kind of be the same thing for you, where it's kind of
Yeah.
you're enthusiastic about it, and that enthusiasm doesn't that enthusiasm outweighs any feeling of, this is just for a
Yeah.
career. This is paying the bills.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely getting a job in a field you're interested in is something that's gonna save your life.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
everyone tells you like to get a side thing like a hobby that you enjoy to like fulfill your life, but you
mhm,
find if you can get if you can like your job, then like it. Like
yeah,
it's the best thing you could do for your thing for your mental. It's like something you're really passionate about. You're not gonna okay, sure, you're gonna have duties and responsibilities and deadlines and whatever that just comes with it being a job,
exactly.
but you're gonna be more likely to want to work on them
Yeah, well,
because you're gonna be like, oh, this is something I'm interested in. I just want to do this.
yeah, just kind of just kind of double back on an earlier conversation. We have a phrase in English which is, uh,
Hmm.
"Get a job you like, and you'll never work a day in your life."
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
That is really true.
yeah, and I mean, I would agree with that. Of course, it's still work. It's stressful. It's still very mindful.
Hmm.
Your brain's going to be bouncing around thinking, and a very logical process every day
Yeah.
for that
Hmm.
constant time you're working. But it comes down to, ultimately, is what you've gained from that, the learning that you may have gained from that, maybe learning from
Yeah.
a mistake or learning a new process. What value does that have to you, not just as like a person who's working and earning money, but also as someone who's enthusiastic about that subject?
Yeah. It's definitely. It's also easier because
Yeah,
you're gonna be. Yeah. You're gonna be more likely to work on stuff that you're interested in. Just
ex-
definitely just a everyone thing.
yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, when I'm working on my job, if there's something I feel like, oh, I've taken far too long to do this, or um, I don't feel I've managed to resolve a problem, or I've managed to move a project forward, or come up with a
Hmm.
solution, I will still, like, I'm more enthusiastic about, I'll head home on the evening and I will research it because it's interesting to me. Not only does that make
Yeah.
me, not only does that give me higher value as a part of a team,
Hmm.
because that obviously increases my knowledge and makes me better at what I do, but um, it's also nice to be enthusiastic about learning. As you point out, it's easier to learn things if you love them, if you're
Yeah.
enthusiastic
Exactly.
about them. So, well, I think I'm just trying to think, sort of, in terms of other sort of languages that you've learned.
Mm.
Obviously, you're doing Japanese and English at the moment. You've done, you're working on some Danish. You've
Yeah.
done English.
Mhm.
Are there any other languages you're fluent in?
Fluent, I wouldn't say. I think with French and Spanish is a lot easier for me to understand it because of Italian.
Hmm.
Me already being a native Italian speaker means um, whenever someone talks to me in Spanish, I process it a lot easier than I
Yeah,
would do any other languages.
perfect.
So even for French, the thing for me for Spanish and French, I am a lot better at understanding than I am at speech. In the sense of understanding means I can very easily confront the words that they're giving me to
Hmm.
Italian, compare meanings, and be like, oh, okay, like approximatively, they've
Hmm.
said this.
Yeah.
When it comes to me saying the things, I have to remember them, which
Hmm.
means I have to actually practice and, keep doing um, the work, the practice for the language that I have not done in several years.
Hmm.
Um, which means it's a lot more difficult for me than to listen. So I found it out. What is it? Watching a couple streams from a Spanish speaking streamer,
Hmm.
I could very clearly understand everything
Yeah.
saying. Um, yeah, I had like my holes here and there, like my kind of things you have to like kind of figure out context clues and stuff.
Yeah.
But most of it was pretty alright. I didn't have a lot of issues with understanding it. It when it comes to me talking in their chat, talking and speaking in their chat, we used English
Yeah.
because I could not for the life of me remember how to say stuff in Spanish.
Yeah.
Most of the time you can also slightly Spanishify Italian,
Yeah.
but it's not always the case. Unfortunately, they are two different languages,
Yeah.
and despite their many similarities, they are different.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, I want to move into sort of the last part of this first segment then. And
Hmm.
thank you very much for talking about language. I feel like I've learned a hell of a lot about you, to be
Of
honest.
course, yeah, no
And
worries.
I love
It
your
is,
enthusiasm for
yeah.
languages. Um, so this is a new thing. So you're going to be my what would you call it? Like a test hamster.
Oh, amazing! I love to be a test
And
hamster.
I like to call this deep cut. So I'm going to ask you
Ooh.
a question. You can
Okay.
pick a subject I'm going to ask you on. I'll give you a few topics to pick from, and I'm going to ask you one question for you to answer and us to discuss. So,
Okay.
would you like
Mhm.
a question about something personal? And by personal, I don't mean like things you've done, sexual, anything
Mhm.
like that. Uh, a personal, a social, a technological, or a philosophical question. So,
Ooh. I'd like a social question.
okay, no problem. So, Laurel, if
Yes.
you could do anything in the world,
Mhm.
what would you do and why? And this is money's not an object. Let's say even physics isn't, the laws of physics wouldn't be an option. If you could just do
Ooh.
anything, do it once, maybe you do it for a day, maybe it's a 2 week trip to
Okay, okay, okay.
Mars, be whatever you want. If you can do
Is it
whatever
like
you want.
something that I permanently have for the rest of my life?
No, this is something that you'll do. It'll be an event or an activity. A
Oh, okay,
vacation,
okay, okay.
event, an activity.
Ooh. Oh my God.
It's
I
an
would
interesting one, right?
like to take a trip around the world. Like a full-on trip.
Hmm.
Take like a year, 2 year, and visit every country. Every single country on earth.
Interesting. So,
Every single one.
okay, so why?
Languages, man.
It's the languages. So there wouldn't
It's a
be.
language, a cultural, a social thing. Because I would love to like meet all my friends.
Mhm,
I have friends in Egypt. I have a friend in Europe, North
mhm,
Asia, whatever. All those countries and all those continents. It's definitely both a language thing, but
mhm,
also a cultural thing. Because I've always been studying arts and history like that.
mhm.
So that's also like a me thing. Me. Oh my god, my mic cuts out a lot. I just realized. My bad.
It's all right.
Give me
It's
one
no
second.
problem. It's been okay. Yeah, no
Okay, okay.
problem. Um.
Um, like a what is it? Figuring out which cities to visit, stuff like that. But
Mhm.
also just meeting my friends.
Yeah. So like a travel broadening the mind situation, but then also made better by the fact
Yeah.
that yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
perfect.
definitely.
Yeah. So that's super. That's actually interesting because the question posed was if you could do anything in the world, and you chose something that you could actually maybe do.
Yeah.
I said maybe anything in the world is not necessarily because the example I gave you was I want to go on Mars for 2 weeks. I want to see if there's an alien life form. I want to maybe go
Oh,
back in
yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
You could do anything, and you chose something that's very tangible. And I,
I
I,
mean, I feel like in a lifetime it was really difficult to visit every like there's like what is it, close to 200 countries in the world?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But it's not something, outside of the law of reality. Your only
Yeah.
real blocking point to that is, obviously there's the red tape of it all, the governmental
Yeah.
visas and all that, but then obviously the money.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, yeah. To be fair, the Italian passport is pretty strong. Might be able to visit with Italian passport.
would you include, okay, and
Hmm.
this might be, would you include countries currently torn by war?
I think I would, yeah. Cuz I'm sure that the war,
Mhm,
yeah, the war is taking down what is it? Points of interests and
mhm,
like stuff like that.
mhm.
But I am sure that if the war wasn't there, uh, I would love to go there, see the people, see the
Yeah.
points of interests, try the food out,
Mhm.
try see all the different cultures.
Yeah.
I
So
feel like that's definitely something that war cannot tear out of a of a country. Like the culture is still gonna be there when the war ends.
yeah.
It's gonna have to like rebuild itself and
Mhm.
stuff,
Yeah.
but it's still gonna be there.
Yeah, because it's this idea of um things that aren't a belief system, they're an ideology, and as long as someone has that idea, it's always going to exist. So,
Yeah.
and there's always going to be people who are kind of, they're very traditional in the sense that,
Mhm.
this is our country, this is England,
Yeah.
this is Scotland, in this
Mhm.
country we have this traditional dish or this traditional dress or music
Yeah.
or, movie or
Mhm.
style of film. Um, so that's so interesting that it would be visiting every country in the world. And honestly, I think I'm kind of with you on it. I'm like I wouldn't have picked it. I
Mhm.
wouldn't have because I my brain is just kind of going wild at all the different things you could probably do if you could do anything.
Yeah.
But that's so sort of honest and homely. Even Azerbaijan, yeah, of course. Let's go Azerbaijan.
Yeah. Why not? Why not
Yeah.
Azerbaijan, honestly?
Mm-hmm. And
I would go
see
to
Eurovision
that.
and
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, and you could yeah. So and that's obviously from your perspective. Would you consider that a bucket list item, or would you consider at least
Yeah.
a lot of maybe even just visiting your friends to be a bucket list item?
Definitely visiting my friends, that has to be done. Even
Mm.
France. I have been to France, Ghost. I have visited France already.
Yeah, me too. I've only ever been to France, Spain, Wales.
Yeah.
um, mm,
Definitely my friends is a bucket list. Visiting them and getting to hang out,
mhm.
That's a big thing for me.
Yeah, I mean, I can say now that after a decade of friendship, meeting Emilio, a gravedigger, sorry, who came coming from Sweden, the memories you
Yeah.
form, and it really, man, people who say online friendships can't be as real, ever as real as,
Yeah.
in-person friendships can honestly eat toast.
They've they've never had friends to
Yeah.
begin with. See that.
Because I mean, there's the benefit with online friends is, you meet and you get together because of a mutual love of something, so it's easier to make friends.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Like with
look,
IRL people, what do? You just go up to them and hope that they share some interest with you.
yeah, exactly, and it seems less complicated, and it kind of obviously
Yeah.
the internet is a terrible place.
Oh
That
yeah,
that's
for
that's
sure.
just factual. The internet's a terrible place, but it's far easier to find circles of the people who are enthusiastic about the things you
Mhm.
like or play the same
Yeah.
games as you do, listen to the same music. And then I'm not talking about like, it's easy for Swifties to find other Swifties. But it
No,
is,
yeah.
but
I mean, yeah, exactly. But like,
it's not all even in a gatekeeping sense, it's kind of in um
yeah, imagine you're listening to like this really niche type of content, like music or something. How are you gonna find other friends unless you're active in online spaces where that specific kind of content is prevalent?
hmm and so going back to you traveling the world, if
Hmm.
we think about all of those, 200 plus countries, is it for the experience and culture, or is it for the memories you're gonna have? Or is it for the love of the knowledge that you're gonna gain?
I think definitely for both of them. I've seen a post that's like the reason I love going to like museums is because there's two dragons inside of me.
Yeah,
One hoards knowledge, and the other one hoards trinkets from the gadget shop.
gift shop, yeah. Like ghost
That
house
is that is
plushies.
me in the best way possible. Because
Yeah.
I would do it for the knowledge, the culture, the experience, the memories.
hmm
But also, I just want to try shit out. Like, man, I want to try food that I've never tried. I want to wear different dresses. I want to buy new shoes, different stuff. Like, the experience of like walking through like a market for the first time in like a different in a different area you've never been to, and you can like look at all the stands that are out, right?
hmm
And you're mesmerized.
Yeah.
I went to Sicily this year for a vacation,
Yeah.
and we went to a city that I've never visited. Because I've been a couple times to Sicily, but it's still something, I do it like once a year because it's
hmm
quite a travel from where I live. And we went to a different market than usual because we went to it like a different city,
Yeah.
and I was just hypnotized, mesmerized by all the things that were out. They had fucking thousands of stupid magnet gadgets that were like decorated in different ways, and they had clothes and like different fabrics and whatnot, and it was such a good experience. And like, and I had that in Italy, and that's my country, and I've had that experience in Italy. I
Yeah.
just cannot think of like the experience I would have going to a different country and like exploring those kind of aspects of it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, on that then, shall we take a quick break and then move
Yeah,
into the next segment, a brand new segment? Thank you so much for the follow, Chris. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you
hi
enjoy the
Chris.
show. Um, okay, everyone. Well, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna take a breather, head to the bathroom, get a drink, all that good stuff. I
Hell
hope you
yeah.
guys do the same. Stay hydrated, stretch your legs, and we'll be back very soon. Talk to you
Bye.
shortly. Bye bye. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you all had a good chance to get some water or equivalent drink, a nice stretch of the legs, a pee
Oh
pee,
yeah.
and a poo poo, or maybe one or the other. Who knows?
Maybe either. Maybe both.
Opus is celebrating the birthday of his Lord and Savior twice in 1 week. God bless Grimace.
Amazing.
Burr, you are my mom. You can't tell me what to do. Well, I'll just make suggestions because I care. Okay, this is how this works. So, new segment, everyone. Hope you enjoy it.
Yippee!
It's sad to say goodbye to talking about the strange things in the news, but maybe someday it'll return. But today, game show time, baby.
Let's go.
We're gonna play some games. Me and Laurel are gonna play some games together. Hopefully, you guys can maybe join in, maybe have a good time as well. But we'll
Yeah.
see. It all remains to be seen. And let me know what you think, by the way. I'm always down for suggestions. Also, I realized that the chutty keeps appearing when I put the TV on, and that's not a vibe, so I'm gonna quickly fix that. Okay, that's now fixed. So, here we go. Game time. First game, Laurel. Sentences.
I'm so ready.
So we're gonna be playing sentences, guys. What this is me and Laurel are gonna be taking turns saying a word. Our words will follow on from each other and create a sentence until one of us stumbles or hesitates for a word. Laurel, would you like to begin? Or do you want me to start?
Let's you start first.
Okay. Remember, it's
Wait.
one word at a time.
Okay.
So, my word. Today,
I
figured, would,
go
and
make
love
with
several
majestic
walruses. Come on, keep going.
then
Afterwards,
maybe
I
could
go
do
more
things.
with,
Walruses.
especially,
My
dearest
walrus.
lover,
Jackie.
Jackie, did you say?
Yeah.
Who
That's the name. Has
a
great
ginormous
butt
as well
as
two
huge.
children. No, Ghost is right. I said Jackie, I questioned it. I'm so sorry.
No,
That
I
was so
questioned
fucking
it earlier
dumb.
too.
That
I
was so
couldn't
fucking
even.
dumb. Okay, right. Okay, aside from making love, we need to know more about this Jackie the Walrus. Well, let's have another round. Jackie,
Decided.
one,
What did you say?
one,
They.
that,
They.
did not, oh, didn't, sorry, didn't,
Like
me,
anymore.
because,
I
accidentally,
decided
to,
give
her,
a
vasectomy,
without
proper,
hair
with,
unsterile.
teeth.
Sorry, I can't. Who the fuck gives a vasectomy with teeth?
Clearly us. Clearly.
Clearly us.
Clearly us.
Without a care in the world,
Not a
without
single care.
disinfectant. Yeah, not a single disinfected.
I'm so enraptured in this Jackie story, I forgot who won and who lost, so I'm gonna say you won. Should we try again? Should we see what else?
Yeah, sure.
What are the words we can come up with? So, you can begin this time.
Ooh. Yesterday
I
went
to
a
planet
called
Italy.
but
It
exploded.
because
I
didn't
turn
the
oven
off.
Oh my god, I got a blank. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I couldn't think of anything else.
That's okay. That's okay. I guess the next word.
Love me when I explode the planet Italy. I didn't turn the oven off.
Yeah, you didn't turn the oven off. Which?
Yeah.
Well, we could have said which. Yeah, which.
Oh,
and then.
yeah.
Oh well. Okay.
Are we continuing or are we starting from scratch?
Let's start from scratch.
Okay.
So
You go now.
I've lost one, and you've lost one. So that's one each.
We're one each.
Theoretically,
if
I
were
dangerous,
you
wouldn't
follow
my
advice
because
I
can't
think
of
a
decent
way
to
say
what
I
want
to
say,
but
I
am
a
hypocrite
due
to
my
evilness.
Additionally,
I
underestimated
your
ability
to
come
up
with
stuff
such
as
words
that
mean
nothing
at
all.
Instead,
Just
smoke.
say that again.
Smoke.
Like smoking.
Yep. Smoke.
Oh, okay. Lots
Of
drugs.
my
Nephew.
smokes.
Lots.
And
He
died.
but oh man.
Did you say but?
Yeah, but
Survived.
miraculously
Because
he
had
no
other
option.
and
Then
the
nephew
learned
that
he
was
uninsured.
fortunately
He
didn't
have
any
debts
happening,
and
he
was
able
to
claim
benefits
from
the government. No, fuck, fuck. Oh, fuck. My God, I felt like we were on such a good rhythm there.
we were.
Oh, we
Had
were
you said
jamming.
I would have said either government or going in
Oh,
that direction. We're doing
oh,
so well.
I know I have ruined it. I'm
I
so
love the
sorry.
tales of us when you drove our nephew dying and then miraculously saving himself.
Yeah, he survived, but then got in lots of debt, but didn't have any debt because he
Yeah,
could
didn't
claim
have any death
benefits.
happening, so he claimed benefits.
Yeah, I think we're really. This is like we're writing episodes of a series here.
I feel like this is like Chicago Med type of level.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
This is a
we're
fever dream in a
gonna
nutshell. That's exactly what Chattybee is.
we're
Enjoy.
gonna have the the TikTok. Dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun 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 dun
Yes.
dun 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 during our the rundown of our
We would give you it, Alexander, if you wanted
yeah
some of what we're smoking, but our nephew smoked it all
yeah
and died and then survived. I'm sorry.
yeah. Fortunately,
Okay. New game or another round? You won that one. So that was
uh
2-1 for you.
hell yeah, yippee.
Let's move on to playground insults.
Let's
In
go.
playground insults, me and Laurel will take turns coming up with the most mundane, childish, pathetic insults we possibly can until one of us breaks and laughs. Or until one of us can't think of anything to say. Feel free to try and put us off with your own playground insults in chat. However, please remember these are playground insults. We don't mean them seriously. We're not out to upset or offend each other and everything. It's just a prank, bro. There's the disclaimer. It's just a prank.
It's just a prank, bro.
So,
So this is a try not to laugh situation.
pretty
While
much.
before the elimination was just us not being able to think of anything, we could
Yeah.
laugh if we wanted. This time is serious business. Okay.
Okay.
So what's the scenario? Where are we each other?
We don't even need a roleplay scenario. We're
We
just
don't even need it. We are
no.
just that upset.
Yeah, we are
Wow.
just so we've
We woke
we're
up
just
today and chose violence.
yes. So I'll begin.
Exactly.
Are you ready to play,
I am so ready.
Laurel?
Yes. Yes, Chetty.
You look like a paper plate with a smiley face drawn on it.
Wow. Wow. I see how it is. Well, your hair isn't even like the right shade of purple.
What does that even mean,
Wouldn't you like to know?
Laurel?
Yes.
You're stupid.
Well, you're stupid plus one.
Wow. Okay. Right. I said this was a game. Like you can't even. Okay. Fine. Laurel, if you were the
Mhm.
last person left on Earth, I wouldn't nibble your toes.
You wouldn't. No way.
No.
That's like, mm, I can't even believe you. You
Hmm.
don't even have any teeth to nibble on my toes.
That's just inaccurate.
You're inaccurate, huh?
Laurel,
Yes.
I hope you go bald.
I hope your nose doesn't have any hair on the inside.
Ooh. You're really dumb.
You don't even know how to talk, huh?
Huh? It was the hot for me. Okay, okay, that's good. I'm trying not to get offended.
Mm-hmm.
You have opposite knees.
Ooh, ouch.
Laurel did laugh, but I will let
I
them off with this one because it wasn't an
oh,
insult.
I
It was
hope
my comment.
I thought you laughed with the A. That's why I laughed. I
Mm,
thought you're already lost. That's why.
yeah,
I'm so sorry.
no,
I did laugh though, so that's a point to you.
no, it's okay. I'll let you off with that one as well, and we will
Oh,
continue
you're too
because
nice.
Laurel, you can't count.
Oh, no way. I hope when you go home tonight and you go to sleep, your pillow is warm on both sides.
That's just careless behavior. Fine, okay. If we're taking it, we're really going below the belt.
We are, we are. We're playing dirty now.
Laurel, I hope all of your jeans are bootcut.
Ouch! That's a low blow, man. I hope you step on a puddle with socks on.
That's. I hope
Evil, I know.
your position as the CEO of lesbians doesn't last very long before you realize that there are better lesbians out there.
You wouldn't. I hope you disinfect your hands today and you realize you have a pee on him.
I hope you pee your pants.
I hope you poo your pants. Huh? What's worse than that?
Well, if I had to make up another insult, I can't. I'm so fucking dumb. I can't think of any. Oh my fucking god! I can't believe I just been fucking peeing. Oh, that was so
I was
dumb.
so close
I
to
love
losing.
it. I love it. Okay. I need to. We need to go again. You wanna? You wanna? Would you like to
I
start
can
this time?
start. Yeah, yeah,
Do
yeah.
you want a minute?
No, I got it. I got it. If you need a minute.
Mm, let me just get some water. Okay, you
Okay,
can
okay,
start.
okay.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm good.
You ready? Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay. I hope you stab both of your pinkies today.
Your brain is really smooth.
And not as smooth as yours.
You have eyes shaped like American footballs.
Oh my god. It caught me so off guard. What do you mean?
Ah,
Oh man.
redemption! Redemption is so
Oh,
sweet.
I wanted to say fucking your brain is what is it? I wanted to make like a your brain is because it's a paper joke and then I just couldn't.
Okay, you want to go?
Oh my
It's one
god.
each. It's one
Oh
each,
my
Laurel. Do you think you can
god.
bring it back?
I'm slowly running out of shit to say.
This is why it's more difficult
Okay.
when you play
I
multiple
gotta
rounds.
yeah, right. I gotta like,
Mm.
I gotta okay, okay, okay. I gotta get
Just
the 5-year-old in me.
just say words. That's all you need to do. Just say
Yeah,
words.
yeah. You're stinky.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. So,
Yeah.
Laurel,
hmm
you're stinky.
Whenever you talk, it smells.
I had to open the door to the Chattybee studio when you first walked in because you smell so bad.
I am gonna open the window now because you smell so bad.
I've seen salad that dresses better than you.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, I went there.
Oh. Oh my god, nah, never mind. I mean, I used all up my repertoire of things.
Oh,
Man.
I had so many good ones lined up.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm so glad this is a podcast because you have a face for radio. But it's kind of mean.
Yeah, no, actually, no. I might have gone over. I feel like.
No, there is no such thing as overboard. It's all fun. Don't worry. We all love each other in the end.
Exactly.
Excellent. So, let's move on to another game then. The next game is wrong answers only. In this game, I'm going to ask you a series of questions with easy answers, and the objective is you need to answer them incorrectly.
I will try my best. I mean, my worst.
Tell Chitty he got them wiggly diggly goofy ass legs.
Goes, hey, we're playing nice here. Come on. That's just borderline too much.
Yeah,
Okay, keep it chill.
that's
Yeah,
psychotic behavior.
yeah, right. Keep it chill.
Okay. Laurel, are you ready?
I was born ready.
Question 1.
Yes.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Squidwards.
Was that difficult to answer?
Kind of. I had the SpongeBob SquarePants already. Because
Okay.
the opening is in English too. For
What
us, it's
what
not translated.
what color is the tomato?
um, Several colors, in fact, actually. Oh fuck, that's actually kind of right. Shit, never.
You fucked it.
It can be several colors.
Question 2 and you fucked it. Okay, let's go
I
again.
fucked it up already. Let's go.
Okay. Ooh. I'm actually just kind of picking the brain of easy questions. Okay. What is Walt Disney's name?
John.
Good. Good answer.
Thank you. Thank you.
What color is a banana?
Blue. Am I
Sorry,
allowed to hesitate or no?
that's okay as long as it's not too long.
Okay, good.
I've got Ghost laughing and I'm not sure why Ghost is laughing behind me. Alright.
They do be like that sometimes.
What is Pride Month for?
It's for the veterans. You know that you have to be proud, proud.
You have to be Pride. I mean that
Yeah,
is technically
yeah,
still incorrect and correct, so
yeah.
okay.
Oh wait, shit, is it?
No, it was a good answer. It was
Oh,
a
thank
good.
you, thank you.
What's Walt's name? John. Okay. Mm. Do you watch much TV?
uh, Bananas. What the fuck? How do I respond incorrectly to a yes or no question?
Yeah, bananas. You got it right.
Okay.
This is it's. What's the main ingredient in mushroom soup?
Telephones.
Oh, thank you so much for the subscriber. 2 months with my favorite line. Let's fucking go. Thank you
Yeah!
so much, Toast. How you doing? I
Golden
hope you're well.
Toast!
This is actually
Golden Toast with a sub.
a great distraction while I think of questions. Okay, what color is an emerald?
Red.
What shape is a circle?
Like a seashell.
Okay. Finish the song. Somebody once told me.
The elephants are square.
Which Disney movie did Princess Elsa feature in?
Mulan.
The cutlery you lay out on a table. The 3 pieces of cutlery are a knife, a fork, and a
Pocket axe.
pocket axe. What the fuck is a
Hatchet.
what is a pocket
Pocket
axe?
hatchet, sorry. I couldn't think of the word hatchet. Only axe.
Okay.
You know, classical cutlery you lay out a fork, a knife, and a pocket hatchet.
Okay. What do you wash your hair with?
Post-it notes.
Yes, you have to be wrong. The aim of the game is to answer it incorrectly.
Yeah.
I guess Ghost didn't know that. I think Ghost was thinking the whole time that you were just giving stupid answers.
Oh my god! No, Ghost is so fucking hard.
The point of the game is you have to answer incorrectly. Okay.
What can I say? I'm just that funny.
What's your name?
Chuddy.
What's my name?
That's right. I am Chattybee right now. Oh, microphone.
Welcome
You're
back
a
to
podcast
microphone.
host, right? Aren't you?
Well, I
Microphone
guess.
for
I
you.
guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you studying?
Mathematics.
How old are you?
17.
What do you put inside of a toaster?
Salad.
What country do you live in?
Azerbaijan.
You're doing really well, by the way.
Thank you. Also, no, I'm not.
What vehicle was the Titanic?
It was a motorcycle.
That would have made a more interesting movie, I'll be honest with you.
Imagine it's like a motorcycle driving off a fucking. Just
What-
splush. Oh, well, it sank. Never mind.
What's the biggest animal you can think of right now?
Ooh, praying mantis.
What do you wear on your feet?
Hats, beanies,
What do you wear on your head?
pants.
What do you get from a cow?
Keychains.
Are you plugging ghosts here?
Say that again.
Are you plugging ghost here
Am I?
with the keychains from the cow? Is this a merch
Am I?
plug? Are you putting a merch plug in my stream?
I am not. What? What? Did I plug in merch that I was not aware of?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Oh my god.
What do you wipe your feet on?
Ventilator fans.
What color is cheese?
Blue. Okay, it is blue. Shit, never mind. Sometimes it is blue.
Some cheese is blue.
Some
Well,
cheese
that's okay.
is blue.
I think you're doing really well because this is gonna really like call back to an
It's
earlier
like
point.
back and forth. Yeah.
Cheeseburger, beast burger.
Bees sugar.
Okay. How many zeros are there in 10?
7.
And you're studying math?
No. Oh fuck yeah! I'm not studying math.
No, I'll accept no as an answer because you did say you were studying math earlier. So I'll accept no as an answer.
Oh, like I'm doing the fucking
Big brain, accidental big
Big
brain
brain.
over here.
accent. Fuck.
Where did you recently go on vacation?
In Timbuktu.
What country is Timbuktu in?
America.
What's this show called?
Say that again.
What's this show called?
Fuck, I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything.
That's okay. That's okay. Whew. Okay, now I'm gonna give you some questions. Now that we've got you
Okay.
nice and discombobulated,
Yes.
I'm gonna give you some questions and you have to answer them correctly.
Correctly.
A
Okay.
bit
Okay.
of trivia. but very
Trivia, all general knowledge.
yeah, hell yeah.
Don't mind if I do.
But easy trivia. Okay.
Oh, good.
What country do you live in?
Italy,
What country do I live in?
England,
What do you put in a toaster?
bread,
What do you get from a cow?
milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What noise do the pigs make?
Do I have to make the noise?
No, no, I'm not gonna humiliate you that much.
And they oink oink, oink oink.
Oink, oink, oink. Okay. What movie did Elsa feature in?
Frozen, Frozen 2, both,
Both. Yeah, but you're right.
both Frozen
Okay.
and Frozen 2.
Do you know which city Batman's from?
Oh fuck! My trivia, my DC, DC Comics trivia is failing me.
That's okay.
Gotham,
Oh, you got
Gotham
it.
City.
You got it. Hell yeah. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Name me three
It's,
countries in
it's
Europe that aren't Italy or the UK.
Poland, Germany, France.
Who's the jolly fat fella who comes around at Christmas?
Santa Claus?
Yep. Name a dinosaur.
Pterodactyl.
Name a
My
famous
dad.
my dad. Name a
My
famous
dad.
artist.
Leonardo da Vinci. Da
Name a
Vinci?
famous musician.
Fucking Tchaikovsky. I'm thinking of old people shit.
Yeah, just think of like any musician.
Yeah. Rihanna.
Mm,
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. Yeah, good one. Good one.
Oh yeah.
What is Pride Month for?
It's for the lesbians. No, actually, no. It's for gay people in general.
Yeah,
Hee
it's for everyone except from those headies. Who founded Microsoft?
Oh fuck! Not these kind of questions. I can't think of the name.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Right. Now we go back to wrong answers.
Oh my god! Name a woman. Goes. What the fuck?
That was going to be one of my next questions. Name a woman.
Oh no.
Okay.
Not me. Actually, no, me. I should have said me. Fuck.
Shit, you fucked
You're
it.
discombobulating me.
Yeah, you are.
You're gobsmacking me. Actually,
Gobsmacking.
no, that's not the way.
The callback to the gobsmack. We love it.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Not me. No, please, ghost. Okay. I'm still figuring out this fucking non-binary. Give me a second. I'm gonna misgender myself. All right.
okay. Where do you keep your savings?
In my speakers.
Good. Where do you put food to eat it?
Underneath my bed.
What's your favorite food?
Uh, glue sticks.
If you had to choose, uh, between these two fruit, which
Mhm.
one would you say is red? Grapes, bananas.
Ooh, grapes.
You can get red grapes.
Ah, fuck. Never mind.
That's
I
okay.
thought I was gonna do a big boy brain
What
and like say this stuff wrong because it's red. It's grapes.
what color is an orange?
F- Ooh, they come in so many colors. Holy shit! Like
Name a woman.
me.
Name a woman.
Name a woman.
What's your zodiac sign?
Ryan Reynolds.
What's your zodiac sign?
uh, you you do not know my zodiac sign. I could say everything and it would be right.
Exactly.
Scorpio.
Hmm.
Am I bamboozling you, or am I not?
What is
It's
the
my
name?
birthday in October, or
What is
nah? Uh-huh.
what is the name of the famous tower in France?
The famous what?
Tower in France, Paris specifically.
Oh, tower! I had to read your subtitles too. It's the Tokyo Tower.
What color is Sonic the Hedgehog?
Green.
What chases Pac-Man around the maze?
Pac-Man?
Princess
Chases itself,
Peach.
doesn't it?
Yeah, Princess Peach is the love interest of which character?
Luigi. Actually, no, she's my love interest. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. You know, we do what we can for Pride Month. Who's
Happy Pride Month!
what's the name of the playable character in The Legend of Zelda?
Zelda.
What's the moon called?
Jonathan.
And then I'll give you a final question, which I'm sure you're gonna get right.
Wait, I need to respond to it wrong or right?
You got it right.
Okay.
Who made the Nintendo Switch?
Mr. Nintendo.
Oh, you're too good at this. I can't even. You're too good. You're too good.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Thank you. What can I say? After bullshitting my way,
yeah,
I'm just simply too good at shooting, like, just saying shit.
exactly. Okay, we're gonna play one final game. This
Okay.
one, you don't need to worry. You just need to figure something out about me. This game is called
Okay.
Two Truths and a Lie.
Ooh, okay.
You need to figure out which one I'm lying about.
Okay.
So are you ready?
I am ready. Ready as I'll ever be.
How hard do I make this? No, I think I'll make it relatively easy for you.
Ooh, thank you.
Okay. So, I left my school with more qualifications than the average person in the UK.
Okay.
I drive a blue car.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite food is fish.
Ooh.
Feel free
That
to
is
ask me
okay.
questions.
Okay. You said you're working in technology stuff.
Yep.
Did you also study in
I did.
the...
I did a
Okay.
I did a qualification in
Okay.
computing.
Okay. Uh, do you like going to expensive restaurants?
Yes.
Like for occasions? Or are you
Yes.
more like a pizza guy? For when going out?
I like going to expensive restaurants when I can afford it, which is very rarely, but I do enjoy the treat.
Yeah. For like this special occasion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Let's see. Are you a big barbecue fan?
I love barbecues.
Okay. Hmm. How do I ask info about your fucking car? What model is it?
It is a Opel Astra
Okay.
or Vauxhall in the UK.
Hmm. So it's one of them is a lie, right?
One of
You got
them,
two truths and one lie.
yes. I was gonna make this. I said I was gonna make it easy, but I think I've unintentionally made it quite difficult for you to
Yeah,
determine
it's
which
quite
one. So,
because two
because
are
they're
really
all very
mundane.
yeah. Well, they're all
Two are
pretty
really
believable.
mundane, yeah.
Yeah.
I am gonna say that you don't like fish.
Laurel, what the fuck? How?
Is it right?
Yes. How? How did you figure out?
I've been watching too much Sherlock.
You right? Okay. I give no indication that I would be lying about fish. And what makes you
Okay,
think that? What convinced you that the qualification thing was true?
because it sounded way too effort for it to be a lie. Honestly,
Okay.
I'm thinking. The fish. I asked you about fancy restaurants. It's usually they serve fish.
Yeah.
But then I also thought about barbecue dinner.
Yeah.
But
I
you like barbecue.
yeah.
So I was like, nah, that's definitely like you go out to eat dinner and have like a steak or something.
Yeah.
So that was not a good
So
indicator of it.
I do like fish, but it's not my favorite food.
Okay, got it, got
Okay.
it.
Would you like to play another round, or would you like to give me two truths and a lie?
Ooh. Oh, I should have thought about it
That's
now
okay.
on the
This was
spot.
a
Let's
an extra
see.
game I had on the back burner, so
Mm,
don't worry too much
let's
about it.
see. Uh, hmm. Oh yeah, because you sent me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. How? Okay. Let's do first one. I am a very flexible person.
Mhm.
Second one, I am allergic to pollen.
Okay.
Third one is I play several instruments.
What's your favorite instrument that you play?
The piano.
Hmm. How long have you struggled with your pollen allergy?
Ever since I was a kid.
What was the first one again?
I'm a very flexible person.
Okay. As in like bendy, or as in flexible, as in you can compromise really well?
Bendy, like physical.
You're
Flexible.
physically bendy. Okay.
Yeah, physically bendy.
Mhm. Okay. When did you discover you were physically bendy?
When I was a kid, pretty much.
Have you ever done gymnastics?
I have, yes.
Okay. Can you name me three of the instruments that you play?
Uh, Piano, ukulele, and guitar.
How many strings does a ukulele have?
5. Maybe wrong. Take this with a pinch of salt.
How many strings does a guitar have generally?
It should be 6.
Normally it's six. Yeah.
Normally
Okay.
6, yeah.
And how proficient are you with these instruments?
Not very proficient.
Hmm. And which one would you say you're the best at of the three you've told me?
The piano, definitely.
Okay. I think you're not allergic to pollen.
That's right. I'm not allergic to pollen.
Ah, fucking hell. It's kind of like if you narrow like two of them down quite a lot,
Yep.
it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of you land on the third one, don't you? Where you took a
Yeah.
slightly different approach. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay, here's another one from me then.
Okay, okay.
I am 6'1" in height. Let me
Mm-hmm.
work that out in centimeters for you, because I guess you guys use centimeters.
That's 185 or something.
Yeah, we don't use centimeters in the
Wait,
UK. That's why.
1 in centimeters. That's 185. Okay.
I've been in a dedicated relationship for 11 years, and I only have one tattoo.
Hmm.
Do I give you less tattoo energy? Do I give you big man energy? Or do I give you long term
You give
relationship
me big
energy?
man energy. I think your height is correct. I don't think you've been in a dedicated relationship for 11. Because I remember the relationship with Ghost is shorter. I don't think it's been 11 years.
Oh, no, wait, I fucked up. Sorry. I said it was 10 years, but yeah, I've been in a relationship for 10 years. That was what I meant to say. I don't know why I said 11. Sorry. I fucked
10
it. I'm
years.
sorry. I give you 2 lies and a truth. Okay,
Oh.
figure out which one's true. Okay,
Do
figure
you
out.
have more than one tattoo?
No,
Or do you have 0?
I have 1 tattoo.
Oh, you only have 1. Wait, how tall are you?
6'1".
Oh, that's right then. Okay.
Wait, are you asking? Are you actually asking me for the real answers, or are you asking me questions to dig in?
No, no, no. Is the lie the 10 years because you said it was.
No,
No
I said
way.
it
What
was
the
11
fuck?
by mistake. That was a mistake.
Oh, it was 10. Okay, okay,
So
okay.
yeah. So I'm 6'1". I've been in a relationship
Then
for 10 years, and I only have 1 tattoo.
6'1", relationship for 10 years and 1 tattoo. Do you have a high pain tolerance?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So maybe 1 tattoo. But you like you maybe
Do
many
I?
tattoos impression. I'm not sure if you shared any of the pictures of tattoos. So I don't think I've ever seen.
Mm,
Maybe you're just a very private person and don't tell stuff.
maybe
What is your one told me you have? What does it represent?
it is a Dungeons and Dragons dice. It's the
Oh,
D20.
oh, you've told me that. Yeah, you definitely have that. You've told me that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm still thinking the relationship. I'm gonna say the relationship is false, and you have 1 tattoo, and you are 6'1".
Okay.
Which one is wrong?
I'm not 6'1".
You're not 6'1".
Nope.
How tall are you?
I'm just a little guy. I'm a little lion. No, I'm 5'11", I believe, or
Oh
5'10", 5'11".
man,
Small man. I'm sorry.
small baby
Well,
man.
I'm big for my height. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's because you're like fucking next to Ghost, and they're tiny as hell.
Yeah, but Ghost is like tiny. Ghost is like 5'1". They're like pocket size. They're
Yeah,
fun
Ghost
size.
is baby, bite-sized.
Yeah. And I do only have 1 tattoo, though. When I got this 1 tattoo, I really want another one already. It's like addictive.
Yeah. Is it? I was
Yeah.
always thinking about getting tattoos, but my pain tolerance is ass. So,
Yeah. Yeah, wild. Do you want to do one more? And then we'll move on to segment 3.
I can't think of anything. So if you
No
want to
problem.
say yours, unless we can, if you don't, we can just move to segment.
Yeah, we can move on. That's no problem
All
whatsoever.
right, let's go, let's go.
Okay. Well, everyone, do you need a break first, or are you good?
I should be good to go.
Perfect. Okay. Well,
Are you
everyone.
good? Do you need a break?
No, I'm quite alright,
All
thank
right,
you. So,
cool, let's go.
the third segment. Why though? It's a returning segment. We did this in season 1, and we're continuing it here because it seems to be the most fun. Judging people is where we're at our most happy.
Hell
So,
yeah.
as always with Why though, I get my
Mhm.
guest and myself to select some posts from Am I the Asshole and Did I Fucked Up, and we'll read them, talk about them, figure out what we think, how we feel. Maybe you guys will have some input in the audience,
Hell yeah.
and we will not so quietly judge people. So,
Very loudly, in fact.
Laurel, would you like to read your first Am I the Asshole post?
Yes. Let me go back and read it. So this is the first one the driving myself one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you putting like a thing on the screen, or am I just reading it for the audience?
You read it for the audience.
Okay.
Read the
Oh, it's a
title and
pretty
then we'll
long
read the
one.
post.
Okay,
That's
okay.
okay. If
So, am I the asshole for saying I'll be driving myself and paying for my own the upcoming missions? Consider this is
Yep.
said posted by No Right Throwaway. Interestingly, I, 23M, was repeatedly stuck playing and
Oh, your
Finally.
mic is cutting out there.
Oh shit! Wait, let me
So for anyone who
fix
missed,
it again.
just while Laurel fixes that, the title is "Am I the asshole for saying I'll be driving myself and paying for my own room on the upcoming family vacation, so I won't have to be a babysitter?"
This should be a bit better. I, 23M, was repeatedly stuck playing the part of helper and babysitter on family outings. I had to move out of my parents' house because I kept being forced to help watch my three nephews. Last year, we took a family vacation in summer to the coast. I rode along with my parents, and they paid for my hotel room. Only, I had to share that room with three ratty boys because my sister and her husband wanted a room to themselves. I was promised time to do my own thing on the vacation, but instead, I ended up having to help with these kids. I complained to everyone about it and was reminded that I was there for free. And then we pretty much did just one thing I wanted to do, which was tour an art gallery. Like doing things whatever I'm at the coast, but the kids find it boring. This year, my parents have a beach trip planned for June, and they assume I'd be riding along the same way as last year. But I refused. I said I'd be driving myself and paying for my own hotel room, on my own hotel stay to have my own room. My parents were shocked and tried to remind me of the cost. I said it was no worry. I've got a good job and a decent running car. I can more than afford it. That's when the buts started. I stated the previously listed things as well, be driving myself and paying for myself. I want to be able to enjoy this vacation as an adult and not be treated like a child like last year. My parents told my sister. She called to blow up on me that I'll be running the vacation if I'm off doing my own thing while she has to wrangle her three boys. I ended up yelling at her that last year all she did was rope me into her mess. I didn't really get to do much of anything I wanted to do, and I was treated like the bad guy for wanting to just go to an art gallery. I'm a grown man. I deserve my own vacation too. Now my sister is not speaking to me, and my parents are still trying to convince me to just ride with them to keep the peace. I'm still refusing, but the pressure is getting to me. Am I the asshole for not giving in? I know they'll have a pretty hard time when they don't have another person there to help.
Oh, right. Okay. Hmm.
So, this dude uh, gets forced to, have the babysitter role just because
Yeah.
he's quote unquote tagging along
Hmm.
because his parents are paying for the vacation. And he is rightly so sick of having to deal with kids on his vacation without him, signing off for it.
Yeah. So where I sit on this is the first year where he didn't pay for his location, where he didn't pay for the vacation. I kind of get the helping out somewhat, but
Yeah.
I also feel like in part the parents were kind of using him, like we'll
Hmm.
bring him along so we can go and do what we want while he looks after the
Yeah.
children. I think he's able to and has decided to pay for himself. I don't see what the real issue is there. I think it's unreasonable for the parents to expect him to
Yeah.
look after the kids or think, you're being selfish just
Hmm.
because he wants to enjoy a vacation, and he's paid for it because they've already thrown it in his face that it was, oh, well, you didn't pay for it, so you don't get much choice. And he's like, well, okay, now I am paying for it, so I can do what I want to do. It's my vacation.
Yeah.
I don't think this guy's an asshole up to this point.
Yeah. Me neither. I feel like here the issue lies with the parents expecting him to care for the kids
Hmm.
and dangling the free vacation over his head, trying to, force him to uh, pay for sorry, to babysit the kids.
Yeah.
As you said, the first time they've done it, it's good. Okay, you have your parents paying for a vacation, but even then, I feel like even if the parents were still paying for the vacation, expecting him to be a full-time babysitter wouldn't be fair on him.
No, it's not. And
Yeah.
exactly as Ghost says, don't bring your children if you don't want to
Yeah.
spend time with them. Like, if this is a holiday for you and you're just bringing them along because, they're
Yeah.
children and, you can't really, well, you
Hmm.
maybe could hire a babysitter for a couple of weeks or something like that.
Right.
Um,
Right.
yeah, but I can't see, and I've been in sort of a similar situation where you get these sorts of things like held over your head, like, oh, this was free, this didn't
Yeah.
cost you anything, therefore you now
Mhm.
owe us this.
Yeah.
And like, fuck,
That's always bad.
like fuck that, like fuck that opinion, like fuck people who
Mhm.
think like that.
Yeah, yeah. I had a similar thing this year when I went on vacation with my family. We went with like a group of friends,
Uh,
because it was like for a beach volley tournament,
yeah.
and my mom's teammates, because my mom plays volleyball. My mom's teammates, they are like grown ups, and they have families and stuff. And there's like these like kind of younger parents that have really tiny kids,
Hmm.
and they asked me to watch them, but it was one time. They asked
Hmm.
me, and they had like a need for me to watch them like a second time. They were very apologetic about it. They promised me, "Oh, I'll just be a second," and it was a second. It really was.
Yeah.
I it was definitely. I felt what is it? They realized that it was a bother for me,
Yeah.
and I appreciated them letting me know how grateful they were for me to like watching the kids for a second.
Hmm.
So that was I guess in a way that's kind of like a way that would have been, um what is it? Definitely a fair way for this dude. If the parents were really apologetic about it, or like promising payment in some kind.
Hmm.
But even then, you have to be mindful of the person and be like, it's still a
Yeah.
vacation for them. Like, don't dump their kids on other people.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Opus says, especially if they didn't go over that ahead of time with him, it feels a little manipulative,
Yeah.
sort of like a bait and
Exactly.
switch with family guilt on top. And I
Yeah.
completely agree. Um,
Yeah.
I think,
Especially because it sounds the parents had already told the sister that he was gonna watch the kids again,
hmm.
because the way the sister blew up his cell phone and called and stuff.
Do we have any updates?
Yeah, there is a couple updates. Uh, it's updated an hour. It's barely been an hour since I posted. My sister is apparently a Reddit lurker earnings and saw my post. Not only is she furious with me, she's also upset no one in the comments is siding with her.
Oh God.
Why? To make it short, she went on a big rant about how it's hard to be a parent of triplets. The least I could do is help because I'm young and single and she needs a break. I stood my ground on my decision. Now she's calling her parents to get them involved. I'm expecting a call from them any minute.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, yeah.
Before you go on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boo fucking who? Like, I understand. Okay,
Right.
I'm not a parent, but I've got dear friends who are parents, and I understand how
Mhm.
difficult it is. However, take some fucking responsibility.
What the hell?
Yeah,
Like,
then
these are your kids. These are y'all hellspawn.
these are nieces and nephews, Ghost. Um, these are his sister's children. Um,
Yeah. Actually, wait, no. Yeah, it's, yeah, yeah.
so but like, oh, it's boo-hoo. It's really hard to be a parent to triplets. I'm sure it is really hard to be a parent to triplets. However,
Yeah.
and yes, okay, you don't make a decision to have twins or to have triplets, but you made the decision to have a child.
Right.
And sorry, by the idea that she's gone on this big rant and then went to their parents to
Mm-hmm.
get them involved kind of tells me that like this wouldn't matter if it was one kid or the triplets. She'd still expect the same because as in her
Yeah.
words, he's young and single. Well, yeah, young and single, therefore he has a right
Right.
to enjoy his life, you know.
Yeah.
Go out, make mistakes if he's going to make mistakes. Like it's part of the experience of being young.
Right. I've seen so many like entitled parents talk about their siblings, or like their parents be like, "Oh, but like you don't have kids to take care of anymore. You can just watch mine." I was like, "No, there's a reason they're not having kids, because they don't want to watch kids. Don't just
Yeah.
dump your children at their house."
Yeah, so Opus says, and again, she could like say that ahead of time. Say,
Exactly.
hey, I need to bring my triplets on the vacation, but they're a lot. Would you be willing to help? But she got caught, and she's mad about it. He thinks.
Yeah. More than anything, she should be willing to accept no as an answer.
Yeah,
Because
because
if he says she can ask all she wants, but if the guy doesn't want it and he just says no, then
he,
she has to find a different accommodation. Either pay a babysitter for the weeks they're going around,
yeah,
uh, pay someone else to tag along and watch the kids. I guess.
yeah, it just kind of confirms that the whole reason he's been brought for that vacation is that that's what it kind of smells
Yeah,
like.
it's a free babysitter.
Yeah, and that's a really stinky position. Like,
Right. The entitlement, honestly.
yeah, and as I say, getting furious, getting mad about it, like, I should be able to enjoy my vacation. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but you have children. You're a mother. That doesn't change. You'll always be a mother, no matter how, no matter
Yep.
what, no matter how old you are, how young you are, whatever, you're still a mother.
Yep.
He has no responsibility over these children
Yep. Exactly.
because they're not his children. Yes, they're his nieces and nephews, and I'm sure he loves them all the same for that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
that's for sure. But even then, they're his nephews, nieces and nephews, not
mhm,
a kid.
yeah, they're not his.
Yeah.
Was there more?
I've always said I love kids. Like I
Hmm.
love playing with kids and stuff like that and like caring for them. As
Hmm.
long as during my business hours I do it and then I just hand them off to their parents.
Yeah,
As
you
long as
can
they're
give
not
them back.
mine. Like I've worked with what is it? With elementary school kids
Hmm.
and they are very fun, they're very interesting and they're like a lot of fun to talk to.
Hmm.
But as long as when I'm done with my day, I just hand them over to the parents and it's
Yeah,
none of my business anymore. That's as good as it gets. That's my interaction with kids too.
yeah. See, I don't dislike children, but I've had made a conscious decision to not have children. Like, I don't want to have children. Of course, I
Yeah, that's also fair.
keep your mind open because obviously in the future that might change. But for
Yeah,
as
yeah.
basically since I was like 14 or 15, I've always
Hmm.
said I just don't want them. Like, not because there's anything wrong with people who have children or anything. It's just not for me. I just don't have any,
Yeah.
want for that.
Yeah, you saying that makes you very ironically makes you would be a more responsible parent than some of these parents are.
Hmm.
You realizing that you're not fit for children makes
Hmm.
you more responsible than half of the parents who are like, "Oh, my baby's special." No,
Yeah.
your baby literally eats his boogers like everything else, like everyone else, like every other kid does. He's
Yeah.
not special. He's
Like,
literally just a stinky.
I just want to eat
But,
my own buggers. Like,
right,
I
exactly.
can barely wipe
that's
my own ass. Never mind the
that's where it's
kids.
at. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Was there a? You had
There
more?
is this more an update. Yeah, there's more updates. Um. Well, I'm off work now. I can tell more down. I guess you could say it's my sister got our parents involved. They look at my posts. They were absolutely horrified by the continuous influx of commenters. Yes, they're angry. They're very angry with me that I put. But I told them that if they just listened to me to begin with, I've had never needed to. I'm sick of the whole keep the peace mentality that sacrifices me to placate my sister. They in turn went off my sister, and to make a long story short, the whole vacation has been cancelled. Oh no.
No, no.
The hotel wasn't booked yet anyway, but my parents are arguing with my sister. My sister's blaming me. My nephews are crying because they aren't going to the beach. Sister calling me at lunch basically implied I have no life, which is why I have time to help. I recorded that and told her parents that's really what they're fighting about. Oh, so their parents and their sister are fighting now.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's
Jesus, yeah.
kind of right. Also, there's a teeny tiny small update. I wasn't gonna update again, but there's a little more. Parents said they would never push babysitting off my nephews on me again, and I've agreed that what happened last year was unfair to me. Right now, they're very angry with my sister. Very was in caps lock, just to let you guys
Hmm.
know. With my sister for telling me I should help her because she thinks I have no life. My sister is playing the victim, and my brother-in-law is basically saying nope to the whole mess and spending most of his time at work. Amazing.
Okay,
He
so
just ends the post thanking everyone.
yeah, so okay, a couple of things there. Firstly, I am glad that and Gus says I just don't want to get up at 3 a.m. because my child's screaming and think, man, could have gone away this weekend and been traveling, but baby's here and I'm scared that anything I do wrong will cause its death. Well, yeah, there's that as well, isn't there? There's the because it's a volatile situation. Um, so yeah, I'm glad the parents have realised that the sister's being a manipulative child because that's what's happening there. I think they are manipulating. I don't know what you think.
I am so sorry. I was half listening because my sister came in.
That's okay.
But yeah, definitely very unfair
Mhm.
what he's like went on. I'm glad that the parents realized that and like gave an earful to the sister.
Yeah,
That's definitely very entitled behavior from her, and something that I'm also very mad that the brother-in-law is just noping out of the situation because that's definitely something that, if not from the parents, from him, would maybe get through that thick skull of hers.
well, that's it. But so I'm on a bit of both sides of the fence with that one. Firstly, I'm like, dude, grow up hair, like fucking, um, stand up, you know, and tell your partner that you don't have to have an argument or shout and scream at each other, but tell
Yeah.
your partner that they're wrong if he believes they're wrong, or defend your partner if you believe they're right. But
Hmm.
on the other side of the coin, I'm kind of like, well, if this was me, I'd maybe kind of feel like it's like an internal family affair that has nothing to do with me. Um, but yeah, I think it's kind of I'm glad the parents now sort of have realized that the sister's behavior was manipulative and
Yeah.
unfair. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear one of mine?
Yes.
Okay. Am I the asshole for ruining my brother's new wife's wedding?
Okay.
I am a freshly 18-year-old female. I really don't like that sentence. Something about it. Anyway,
Yeah.
my brother is 26 years old. Him and his fiancée, now wife, have been together for almost 4 or 5 years, and obviously are about to get married. She is 1 year younger than him, just for context. My brother popped the question and she said yes, and then wedding preparations immediately started. I was so excited because I don't have sisters and only two brothers, and I'm the youngest. So my brother asked our half brother, who is 30, to be at the wedding, and also his wife brother. And also,
That sounds a bit complicated.
so the half brother's wife,
Hmm.
um,
Oh, do you
she,
mind? Do you mind giving me a link to the thing so I can read along?
yeah, it's a kind of
Thank
difficult
you.
one to read. It read fine in my mind, but then when I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, oh, this is
No, it's okay. No worries.
it's okay. So, um, the brother has invited. So the brother's invited, his half brother,
Okay.
his half brother's wife, and also his half brother's wife's brother, who is 16 years old.
Okay.
They are the half brother is the best man, and
Okay.
the other's the groomsman.
Okay.
So I, the original poster, just wanted to be the flower girl, but they said I was too old. So instead, my brother's wife said I could be a bridesmaid, which I was really excited for. Just for context, before the wedding, we do get along well, and I kind of like her. She was nice to me, but she didn't really talk to me too much. So, me, my mom, my brother's wife, and her two other bridesmaids went to the dress shop to look for dresses. She said the only requirements is that they have to be red and flowy. I, by nature, have body image problems, so finding a dress to complement my body was going to be hard. But I would do my best to find one that I liked within her colour scheme. We went to 3 different shops, and um, each time we all went, what is this?
What?
What the fuck? We went to 3 different shops, and each time we all went, plus they added the wife's mom.
Oh, the wife's mom also tagged along
Okay,
going to
so
the
the
shop
wife's mom
with
also
the
tagged along.
others.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry, everyone. This read
This is
re
reading really bad.
yeah.
Like, yeah, no worries.
So
It's
at
not
the
your fault.
third, I'm kind of like going to paraphrase it to make it easier. So at the third
Hmm.
shop, I kept trying dresses on and simply just trying to find one that fit me at this point. Um, Let me see.
She
Um,
wasn't being rude or anything.
yeah, I
Hmm.
kept trying one that fit me. Also, I was never rude or given up. I just politely said I didn't like it. I'm on the fifth shop when all of a sudden the bride starts screaming at me saying, "Why are you trying to ruin my wedding? What's wrong with you?" I start crying, and then her mom also starts screaming at me saying, "Why would you make my daughter cry?" etc. My mum goes outside to talk to them, and then the bride cusses my mum out, and her mother cusses my mother out. Then I found out later they didn't want me in the wedding to begin with. They invited me because they both wanted their brothers to be in it, but not me. So am I the asshole for ruining the wedding? So basically, everyone, TLDR, uh, Poster's brother is getting married. She's been invited to the wedding, but she's struggling to find a dress. Because
You
she's
have a body
struggling to
image.
find a dress, because of her body image issues, the brother's soon to be wife has basically started screaming saying you've ruined my wedding, which in turn has got the brother's wife's mum screaming saying you're ruining my daughter's wedding, and she feels really terrible. And now she's found out they didn't actually want her there in the first place. So the original question was, is she the asshole for ruining the wedding? Has she ruined the wedding? Is my question.
She has not. No, that is not a ruined wedding. That is, you know how like brides get really stressed out during the wedding. That's definitely what's happening here. The bride is already stressed out as it is. Um, I understand body image. It is pretty harsh. So
Hmm.
like ideally for your like usually bridesmaids are best friends, right?
Yeah.
For your best friends, you would try and suck it up and be like, "Oh, like okay, this dress doesn't fit me magically." But it's her
Yeah.
wedding day. Even
Exactly.
if I'm not looking at the best, the important thing is that she likes it and like I somewhat like it, but they don't have that kind of relationship, the bride and OP.
Hmm.
So I feel like I don't know, the whole situation of her getting chosen as a bridesmaid is really weird.
Yeah.
Uh, Especially if the bride didn't want her in the wedding to begin with.
Yeah.
It sounds like very poor planning on the bride's end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but even then, it is not OP's fault. She is not running the wedding, and that's definitely an over being over dramatic from the
Yeah.
bride's end.
It's a
Definitely.
it's a huge disproportionate overreaction as
Yeah,
well. I mean,
exactly.
she has gotten frustrated because you tried on the posters tried on multiple dresses. But this is the thing. Obviously, it's going to be stressful for the bride that they're struggling to find something that she's happy in. But to
Yeah,
say
fifth
you're
shop
ruining
too.
the wedding, like exactly as Opus says, not the asshole because they shouldn't have invited her. Like, if you don't want someone there,
Right.
don't invite them.
Yeah. Especially not in such a crucial role for a bridesmaid. That's like pretty much uh, the second most important group of people. You know, bridesmaid and groomsmen.
Hmm.
They're like they're like the bride and the groom's best friends. You know, like brothers or whatever, or sisters or not. But still, it's like choose people you actually want there for your bridesmaid and groomsmen.
Yeah. So, but however, I'm gonna pause it that I don't think she's the asshole, but I
Hmm.
think they have all contributed to this problem.
It's an everyone sucks here kind of situation.
Yeah. So
Mm,
for me, I mean, just looking at some of the
yeah,
comments,
really, really lightly because she's okay. Out of all the people involved, she's the lead out of all of them.
yeah. So
But still, yeah,
yeah. So I mean, obviously, there's body image problems, and that's not never something to blame anybody for because you can't
yeah,
help it. You see yourself, you maybe not happy with yourself for whatever reason.
yeah. Body
Um,
dysmorphia is a bitch.
yeah. So however, they've obviously gone out, and it could be the situation where everyone has got their dresses, they're all quite happy, but she still couldn't find one that was quite for her.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing this, I think potentially there was maybe a potential for her to do some looking around first as well before the day of the trip. Some look online, maybe some
Yeah,
have a look in shops, or even just saying, look, I'm struggling to find something that I feel comfortable in that that works for
Mhm.
you. Um, I'm gonna use, I'm gonna spend some of my own time and go and have a look at stuff, and I'll send
Yeah.
some suggestions over, or if I find
Mhm.
some things I'm happy with, I'll send them over and see what you think first.
Yeah, exactly.
Because obviously it's
Especially,
other
yeah.
people's time as well, isn't it?
Mhm.
There's that element of it.
Yeah, and like more recently, I've seen a lot of people do kind of themed ones where all the bridesmaids have like different dresses, but they're the same color. So everyone, it's difficult to find a dress that fits all body shapes there, right?
Hmm.
So, but even then, that's more of like another whole situation. In this one, I would say everyone sucks here, but she sucks the less.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think so, and I think for the bride to go bridezilla and overreact. Now, I understand the importance of the wedding day
Yeah.
for people. It feels like one of the most important
Mhm.
the important days of your life. It really does.
Yeah.
Um, and you really want everything to go as well as possible.
Mhm.
Now, if I thought for 1 second that there was these blocks being put up on purpose, and it wasn't down to some like a body dysmorphia or something like that,
Yeah.
then fair enough, be mad. But because it's not something that she can help, there's more you could do to suggest, or
Yeah.
maybe we can have a look online and find something, or
Mhm.
maybe find some dresses that you think you might be comfortable in, and let's have a look, and then we can maybe go and look at those and see those. But obviously this is indicative of the idea that she didn't want to invite her in the first place.
Yeah.
So um and my god, that the grammar and the spelling in that was fucking
It
awful.
was
So
horrible to read.
instead of the wedding, let's focus on our grammar and spelling.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
what you're an asshole for, putting a post together to try and make an autistic and a non-native English speaker read.
Right. Right. I think I had an aneurysm.
Yeah,
This.
yeah. But no, I think everybody sucks in that situation, but her to a far less extent.
Yeah. Exactly. Definitely. She was
Perfect.
kind of thrown in the whole situation,
Yeah,
and like against her. You know.
yeah. Would you like to read one more?
Yes. Let's see. All right. This one is from 11 days ago. Am
Hmm.
I the asshole for begging my girlfriend to uphold a sexist tradition just so she can make a good first impression? Huh.
Oh,
You
straight
know what
away.
they
That doesn't
say?
sound good.
You know what they say? Titles on Am I the Asshole are usually the opposite.
Yeah,
Let's give that a look.
yeah.
I have a big family that's incredibly close. We have big family dinners every few months. We all meet at our great grandfather's estate and try and eat together.
Hmm.
Typically, how this works is that the women go cook for the time they're here, the men don't, which I'm fully aware it's sexist as hell. That being said, I am one of the youngest in the family, and my protest means literally nothing.
Hmm.
Some of those women choose not to cook. However, it is usually met with a level of ostracizing. Women who don't cook are uh,
Hmm.
wives, I guess,
Yeah.
and long-term girlfriends. They kind of already have a good family relationship doctored in. When I have seen new partners that cook, it's gone bad, like completely ostracized, not speaking, cattiness, rudeness, etc. This dinner would be in 2 weeks. My girlfriend was asked if she would attend. Initially, she said yes, which is great. I want to meet everyone for everyone to get used to her being around. But when I explained to her the tradition, she was understandably bothered. Rightly so, I would be too.
Yeah.
I told her that I understood where she was coming from. However, it was best for everyone if she just played along.
Oh no.
I told her this isn't a permanent thing. I'm only asking her to do this so she can avoid bad treatment from the rest of the family. This is her first impression. I don't think it's best we cause waves. She told me that's unacceptable and that if she has to do that, she will not be going. I tried to find a compromise with her on, but she won't budge and she's pissed at me. She told me that if I think it's acceptable to make her do this, I'm just as bad as everyone else. So my point is that she just needs to make a good first impression. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Oh boy, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
First of all, right. Oh, we have family dinners, but the tradition is the women do all the work and the men just sit and do fucking nothing. Fuck you. Right? First of all,
What
fuck
the
you for that tradition.
right, right.
Second of all, hey girlfriend, you're a woman, so get in the kitchen. No, fuck you.
What the fuck? Yeah,
That
he really is just as bad as everyone
like
else.
he doesn't
Like
even respect his girlfriend enough to.
I I understand realizing that your family is sexist as hell and you're the youngest and your opinion is not gonna count a single dime.
Hmm.
Just don't go to the family dinner.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think being accepted into this family is worth doing the fucking dinner for. I feel like you're not ever gonna get respected in that family if they have such a sexist tradition, isn't it?
Well, the thing
Like,
is, the poster's even saying it's a sexist tradition, so he knows it's wrong, but he
yeah,
still wants her to do it anyway. That is that is a classic asshole. Like, there's not even anything more to say about it. It's just yeah. So Opa says it sounded like he was forcing his girlfriend to give up her dignity so that he could keep his
yeah,
family's respect. Yeah, which
yep,
you should never do. Respect, respect everyone.
right. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Like, it's not that difficult. I don't think.
yeah. If he'd have broached it like, oh, we have a family meal. The women the women of the family get together and cook. That's how it's been. Feel free to be a part of that. If not,
Yeah,
that's absolutely fine. It shouldn't be a women have to cook, men do nothing. It should be, hey, if you want to chip in and help with the cooking, you're more than welcome to. If not, that's
right.
fine. But that should stand for everyone, including the men. Like,
Oh man.
yeah, it
What
sets a
the fuck?
terrible precedent, but that also
Yeah.
it speaks volumes for how much he respects her and that relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Opus. He says it's only this one time, but is it? Like, is it really that one time? Because it sounds to me like it's all the times.
Yeah. And
It sounds like every time they do this big family dinner, she's gonna be forced to, like, at least for the first 2, 3 times, right?
yeah.
If she quote unquote makes such a good impression,
Hmm.
what the fuck?
Yeah, and it says some of these women choose not to cook. However, this is usually met with a level of ostracizing. So they don't speak, get catty rudeness. So this is classic fucking sexism. Like
Right.
it's classic sexism. It's classic disrespecting a
What the
person,
fuck?
disrespecting a woman, disrespecting your partner, a family member, your lover, whatever. There's no respect here. Like it's oh,
What?
we're meeting my family, so you need to make a good impression, and the way you're gonna do that is by being a
Right.
fucking slave, because that's basically
Yeah.
what it is.
Jesus Christ.
My God, Laurel, this has made me angry.
Right. I should have not chosen.
No, 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 it's perfectly fine. Like,
Do
what's
you
more?
have a Do you have a funny one after this
I
one?
might do, yeah.
Let's
Um,
see what's the other one I have.
I'll see. No, my next one is just kind of a weird. Could go either way. No, it is a good
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like the ones that
Yeah.
make me feel something, and in this case, it's
Yeah.
pure unadulterated rage. Like,
Amazing.
how can you not respect someone, especially someone that you're in a relationship with? Like,
Right.
oh my
Jesus
God,
Christ.
men, ugh,
Men.
men.
Not all men, but
No,
somehow
all
always
men,
men.
always men, all men,
Somehow
every
always
man.
men. Yep.
Yeah, well, there's a difference between being a man
And
because you're
being,
male and
yeah,
being a
exactly.
gentleman because
Yeah, exactly.
and it's not even down to chivalry, it's just down to basic respect for people around you.
Right.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Yeah. Um and also just playing along with sexism. Absolutely. Hey Spooky, thank you so much for the head pat. How you doing? It's been a long time.
Headbats.
Um Hope it says, didn't Jesus say that? Forgive them, Father, they know not what they do, all men. Well, I don't know what Jesus be saying. Jesus just be saying shit. He says a lot.
Honestly, Jesus would say that, to be fair.
Yeah,
He, yeah, didn't he literally say, if you're like looking at women with lust, gouge your own eyes?
yeah,
Yeah,
and
Jesus was in LA.
you just, it just, I think even just by saying, "Oh, can you just follow along with it for the sake of my family?" that just perpetuates
Right.
the idea that sexism is acceptable.
Jesus.
Also, imagine the potential mental health impact that could have on that person, because all of them people, all of them women there who are like so afraid to be ostracized and are cooking
Yeah.
because they're afraid to be ostracized. First of all, slavery. Second of all, they're gonna think that that could have a mental impact, that they think that's what relationships are
Yep.
like. That's the standard, when that's absolutely not the case.
That's not a relationship, yeah.
No,
Jesus.
yeah, it's just yeah, fucking
Jesus
my
Christ.
God, asshole to
Right.
9,000% plus
Exactly.
million. Oh my
Jesus.
fucking God. Why do people exist in this day and age that act like this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not hard to not be a dick.
Right, right. I feel like in this case, you're actively doing more than just what would happen if you just were to, do
Yeah,
nothing. Why go for the effort of being an asshole?
yeah, like it. This is I have this problem with a lot of different. Sorry, I've been at work all day. I have this
Okay,
problem
no
with
worries.
a lot of different subjects.
Mhm.
Obviously things like triggering subjects that I don't really want to mention, but like it's not hard not to do these things.
Mm,
Like it's not hard to not wolf whistle.
right.
Cat call,
Jesus.
fucking. It's just respect. Like not even respect women, respect people. Like
Yeah.
show people the same amount of respect that they show you. And if they don't respect you, don't waste your time with them.
Yep.
And that is the bare minimum. That is exactly as Opus says. It's not even.
Yeah.
It doesn't deserve credit. It's a bare minimum thing. And it's terrifying how common shit like this is.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, I'm gonna move on because I could run for hours, and we don't have
Yeah.
hours, I'm afraid. Um.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I the asshole for not paying for a window that my wife broke? My wife and I work and live together, and we have identical income. I put half of my income into a savings account for a house, so money is always tight on my end. We have separate banks and separate budgets, but we do help each other often. My wife is still practicing saving and currently doesn't put money aside for saving. Well, she's not practicing it, is she? Um,
Yeah.
when installing
It's
it,
not practice for saving, isn't it?
yeah, exactly. When installing an AC unit into the house we rent, my wife broke a window by practically just touching it. It's not her fault, it was just dumb luck and old windows. But she's saying that since we're married, I am responsible to pay for half of the window. While I want to help to pay, I don't have the money, but I also kind of don't see it as my responsibility. Am I the asshole? Should I take the money from the house fund and risk our future, or just ask her to pay it off?
Hmm.
So, yeah. So I have opinions on this, of course. I have opinions on everything. That's why we have a show.
Hmm.
When you're in a long-term relationship or a marriage, you do share a responsibility
Hmm.
to help pay for things. However, and this is a situation like at home, for example, with me and Ghost,
Hmm.
I pay for certain things and Ghost pays for certain other things, and it works out.
Yeah.
It works for
Yep.
us. If he is bearing the sole responsibility of saving for them to buy a house, and she is not saving, and they have the same amount of money, they make the same,
Yeah.
she has more disposable income.
Yep.
Therefore, teamwork tells me that, you're saving so we can both own a house together. I'm not saving for it, so really I don't have any right to this house other than the fact that we're married.
Hmm.
I think the wife, not because they broke it, because obviously it was just dumb luck. It happens.
Yeah.
I think since she has more disposable income, she should pay for it.
Yeah.
Um,
You find me really, I'm agreeing completely. I think definitely she has more availability for money
yeah,
because she's not saving anything.
no,
Personally, um I would have scolded her way before, saying that she also needs to save. But that's not me in the post. That's just me external, just thinking about it.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. Opus says,
it it may yeah, a little petty. That's understandable, but honestly, I feel like if your spouse doesn't save up,
hmm,
it makes sense that you would get a bit fed up with stuff. Definitely better communication is needed.
yeah,
Definitely on her part, she needs to also start to save up so she doesn't have to put his fucking half of his income in that.
yeah,
Especially because he's uh what is it? He admitted money is tied on his end,
yeah,
which
yeah.
means that if both of them put a third, except for like of their money in it, it wouldn't be
Mhm.
too tight, and they still would put away a good amount of money.
Yeah. So I agree. I think the communication side of it, as it always comes down to, better
Yeah,
communication would make the
it's
situation
always
better.
communication.
It
Yeah.
is. However, taking the situation at face value, I think, I guess what we're also missing is who's do they have like a reasonable arrangement when it comes to paying the bills and such? Like,
Yeah.
is it a case of his financial contribution to the current household and the one they want to have in the future? Is he doing everything? Or because I think that also makes a difference, right? Because if he is doing everything, then and then her income is the disposable income that they, use for, okay, let's go out for food or,
Mhm.
get a pizza. Um,
Mhm.
then I think different story. However, we don't have that information. The information we
Yeah.
do have is he is the obviously it's one sided because it's his post, so you're not going to get her side of it. But
Mhm.
he says he's making conscious contributions to their future, and I think at face value, she should make a conscious contribution in the form of paying for the window because he's putting the
Yeah.
money away. However, as I say, I don't think there's enough information to say.
Mhm.
I don't think either of them are assholes. But what I do think is we don't have enough information, and they're both. I mean, to be fair, they're
In a
married.
stressful situation.
Yeah. Um, he could definitely, as so Opus says, I'd say he's not the asshole, but depending on how he resolves it, he could become one, and I agree with that. Um,
Mm, yeah.
but I also I find it strange that they have separate finances, but they're married and live together.
Mm,
That's it. That's an alien concept to me because for us, like me and Ghost, obviously we do have separate bank accounts, but
yeah.
everything is split in half.
Yeah, that's like a good way to do it because
Well,
everyone has their responsibilities, and like it's also a matter of figuring out how to split it um equally
mhm,
or inequality. Like, are you splitting it based on how much income you have, or is it just that's like kind of the difference you have to think about.
yeah. Well,
If someone earns a disproportionately larger amount of money, it's fair that they would pay more because it's going to impact them less, right?
yeah. So I mean, I say we split everything down the middle, me and Ghost. It's proportionate because I make more money than Ghost does. So
Yeah, but
basically,
yeah,
we
that's a good
work.
way to do it.
Our bills is like 100%. And for example, say I earn, you know, I earn three times as much money as Ghost. Therefore, I should pay, two-thirds of the bills, and they pay one-third. So we pay a proportionate amount of what
Yeah,
we earn.
that's a good way to split it.
Yeah, and that works. But yeah, so I find that separate budgets to be strange. Separate banks, not so much. Separate budgets, definitely. The fact that they're saving for a house, but only one of them is actively saving for a house, I do think we're probably missing a lot of information here.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but I also understand that they probably didn't want to broadcast the financials to the world.
Mm,
Um,
yeah, a
but
bit of a private person, you know.
yeah. So as that stands, I think he is acting like an asshole, but I don't think he is one.
Yeah, and as you said, there's definitely a lot. I'm gonna think the situation is very incomplete. But yeah, if she is paying for all the bills, then yes, he is the asshole because they can split the window. But
Mm.
if he is paying for the bills and getting what is it, saving up for the house,
Yeah,
and all her income is the household disposable income, then he is not the asshole and she is, because she can very well pay the window. No, it's situational, definitely.
yeah. Um,
I'm gonna go based on that. He is either the asshole or not the asshole, based on that specific detail, whether she pays the bills or not.
yeah. So Opus says it sounds like he was put out by her budgeting habits and being asked to split the window bill. He can't react based on that though. They got to work on the underlying stuff. Yeah. So there's
Yeah.
definitely more going on underneath. I think that's contributed to
Mhm.
this being the problem it is. And this is one of the weird things, and this is why I kind of picked this one because
Mhm.
it's a glowing example of um not to say it, not to go back to the whole communication thing, but it's a glowing example of if you just step back for like 10 minutes and think about the situation you're in. Like the time he's taken to post this on Reddit. Instead of that, just think about the situation. You'll probably
Yeah.
solve it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a
But
strange one.
we are grateful because we got entertainment out of it.
Yes, we're always great. We're eternally grateful to the lords
Hell
of the
yeah.
Am I the Asshole subreddit who provide us with non-stop fun, laughter, entertainment,
Exactly.
and blinding love.
Exactly.
And on that note, Laurel, I think we'll wrap up if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine with me. Thank you so much for
Perfect.
having me.
No, thank you so much for being on the show, and everyone, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for the follows that were provided. Thank you so much for the subscription. Um, it's a bit of a tradition that I let my guests select the target of our raid. So, Laurel, do you have anyone in
Ooh.
mind? Would you like a moment to think about it while I outro?
Let's see.
No problem.
I
So,
have full ideas and
yeah, no problem. If
cat.
you just pick one and send me their link, that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
So, everyone, once more, thank you very much for everything. I hope you've enjoyed the first episode of season 2. I hope Game Show was entertaining. Um, I hope you liked it. I hope you didn't miss the weird things in the news too much.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of weird things going on in the news, and maybe at some point we'll bring it back. Who knows?
Hell
Maybe there'll be
yeah.
different games. I hope you'll all tune in next week, where we have Burr is going to be live with me for
Ooh.
episode 2 of Chattybee, and that will be taking place next Friday. That's the 30th of June at 8 p.m. British Summer Time. So that will start an hour later than today's episode started. This
Mm-hmm.
show makes the Thursday workdays survivable. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad we can be along and you can come along with
Hell
us on
yeah.
our journey and we can be along with you on your journey. But anyway, thank you very much again, everyone. We love you lots and lots. Today, we're going to be streaming, we're going to be raiding RoboChang. So let me
Yeah.
get a raid set up there.
She's a comfy streamer. She plays like Stardew Valley, but also Video Horror Society.
Yeah,
She's a teacher, I want to say. I think she is. And yeah,
perfect.
her content is also always very chill. She's really fun. She has a doggy cam on her,
Oh,
like a puppy sleeping on her couch. So
we love Doggy Cam. We love a Doggy Cam. Anyway, everyone, raid messages in chat. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you'll join us next week. Lots of love. Bye bye.